Here we are again. Let's see. Is there already people? We got 13 people waiting already. Let me know in the chat if we're live. This is crazy. You guys are amazing. I don't know what to say. Guys. I really appreciate everyone for already tuning in. Let me make sure everything is correct here. I'm not in any position as of yet. Let me know if you guys are here. Aloha. Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the live stream. As per usual, you're always here. You're always here. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do a little shout out, so everyone knows. Give me a sec. I blew an account yesterday. I'm gonna refund now. Yeah, that's part of the game, bro. That's part of the game. What do you mean refund? You're gonna start a new one? All right, let's have a look. Let's look what happens today. I would like to see a sweep above the current highs, and then look for the shorts to the downside here. So that's what I'm currently looking for, guys. We're looking for the shorts. I already got ATAS, right? I had a chat with them yesterday. Everything to a degree is set up. I still need to figure out how everything works. So I'm going to do some studying over the weekend. Watch a lot of videos and stuff like that. And once it's ready, I'll let you guys know. And then we have order flow on the live stream as well. Like you guys know, I have no experience whatsoever when it comes to order flow. But that's all right. You know, we can learn together. And you know, why not? Why not? We're still developing traders. Trading is a developing game. You have to learn along the way, and that's what we're gonna do here. Who we got with us in the chat today? We got P-Snil already tuning in, my guy. Thank you very much. Who's in the chat? Let me know. We got 20 people watching. Make sure to smash up the like, guys. The early likes helps the stream a lot, so I really appreciate that for the guys that were waiting. We got Max. What up, Max? Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Thank you for tuning in already. You guys are legends. I don't know what to say. We already have 22 people watching within the first minute. You know how amazing that is, guys. You guys are legends. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Good afternoon. Already reached the target of the month. 5 lucid accounts. Payout 10K. Woo! My guy. You guys are killing it. Way more than me. You guys are killing it way more than me. That's insane. We already got someone 10K payout this month already. Nice. Well done, my friend. Well done. That's amazing. Something I can reach for myself, you know? Doing a steady 10K a month would be amazing on a regular basis. Sometimes I have a good month and then I don't have anything the month after and stuff like that. I need to be a little bit more consistent when it comes to that. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? 10K already. That's really good. We're only 9 days into the month, by the way. We're only 9 days into the month. We've got 28 people watching already. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Good to see you tuning in already. All right, let's have a look. Let me actually make sure this is actually set up like this. Can I? All right, let's see. Boom, like that. All right, so we got Lucid on the right. Let's have a look. I'm looking for a retracement back into the gap above us on 6 o'clock. We're looking at the 12-hour. Yeah, for me, it's just clear that it looks like a downside potential here, personally. I really do believe there's a lot of downside potential. Whether they want to swipe the highs first is the big question. That would be ideal. If that's not the case, it is what it is. But I'm going to look for the relative equal lows to the downside here on the current day as my target, right? So that's it for me now when it comes to the MNQ. When it comes to gold, I have to be a bit patient to see what happens here. Gold could also be a potential long continuation depending on what the dollar is going to do here. If the dollar actually wants to rise, we just swept current week low. All right, so we just swept that, as you guys can see here. We had a sweep of current week low, and it's moving higher. It does look like a potential reversal pattern here. If you look at it from the 8 o'clock candle perspective, you have a sweep of liquidity to the downside. And currently the candle's forming like this, right? And you have, this is your high. You see that, guys? So you have a sweep down, move higher, and this is your current hour for the 8 o'clock candle, right? In my head, at least, from 2 o'clock standpoint. This looks like it could be a continuation play, right? Coming back, going higher, back to the daily open, to the upside, meaning that we could go down for, still for gold here, which is also in a sort of favorable position. So maybe we can look for shorts here on gold as well. So we're looking for shorts on the Nasdaq and we're looking for shorts on gold. Let's have a look here. We got 40 people watching already. I don't know what to say. You guys are amazing. You guys are legends. I really appreciate it for everyone who's tuning into the live streams on a continuous basis. I don't know what to say. I thank you. I thank you a lot. And if you like the live streams, make sure to smash up the likes. We're looking for a couple of trades here. We're looking for a short to the downside on gold, and we're looking for a short to the downside on the Nasdaq. But it also depends a little bit on what the DXY is going to do here. Are we going to break higher? Are we going to seek to these highs is the big question, right? So that's what I'm looking for today, guys. We're looking for shorts on gold and longs, or shorts on both assets, basically. Hi there, my friend. 020. Hopelijk alles goed. Good day, good day. How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic, my friend. I'm doing fantastic. Went into the sauna, you know, doing everything, living life, you know what I mean? Living life. Only struggling with trading because I'm going to Bali the end of the month for 5 weeks. Hope I can trade there because inactivity rule. Yeah, you need to make sure you let them know because otherwise they're gonna have some problems with you changing IP addresses and stuff, bro. So you need to let them know. It's nice that you're going to Bali. I might go to Bali for 2 months in September, but it really depends on how the live streams are going. Otherwise, I'm going for 2 months in September, bro. Disappear for a little while. Andre, welcome, my friend. I hope you're doing good, bro. Welcome back to the live streams. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look what's happening here, guys. Yeah, we're still gonna wait for a bit. We have to wait and see whether or not they're gonna break out to the downside here for the MNQ, and we're gonna rise higher for the dollar here, meaning that we can look for shorts here on gold. But I also need to like it a little bit. So we have a sweep of liquidity higher. We're in the fair value gap. We filled it completely in. Let's have a look here. Are they gonna just respect it as it is? Is the big question, right? We have a gap here as well. We have no top wick on that 5-minute candle, which I don't really like, to be honest. Hi, amateurs. This is a job of economists, not traders. Fantasy working, losing money trading. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the encouragement. I really appreciate that. My friend. Search YouTube, forex. Okay, you're a bot. Okay, all right. We're gonna hide you on the channel. It's not a problem. I thought he was a genuine hater. You know, I thought I could save somebody from the hating realm, bring them back into reality. That there's no point of hating, but he's not a genuine people. He's like a bot. It is what it is, though. I was 600 plus on gold, went to get a drink, and I went 100 into drawdown. Lucky it's on 200 plus again, but damn, gold ain't playing. No, gold is not playing, my friend. Gold is not playing. Gold goes up, down, left, right, center. Gold is the one that you need to really watch out for. Nasdaq also knows how to do it, though. She can be sassy as well. But we're going to see what happens here. So when it comes to the VIX, yeah, we need the VIX to just keep rising, right? We are below the current open of the day. If we're looking at the previous day range, we already went below the 50%, which is nice. We swept liquidity. It looks good, you know, when it comes to like the VIX perspective for continuations higher, which I like. So the continuations lower here on the Nasdaq would be nice as well. The question is, do we want to first sweep the previous 12-hour high or not? Or we're going to go from here is the big question I'm looking for now. I just need to see some encouragement in the move, like really see where we want to go. And let's see on the Forex Factory. So we do not have any news today besides unemployment claims. That used to be a red folder, but nowadays it's an orange folder, which is interesting. But yeah, we're going to see what happens here, guys. Let me know in the chat what you guys are looking for. You guys looking for longs? You guys looking for shorts? If you hadn't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure to do so. I got a little new sound effect, you know, that whenever someone subscribes, I know it and I like that. I think it's awesome. I think it's sick. I think it's amazing. Will you be here for the data print? You're talking about the news? Sure, yeah. The news, I'll be here still. I'm live until like 9 o'clock-ish, right? But it depends also. Let's say we take a trade and the trade fully plays out. Yeah, I might be gone earlier, right? You never know. You never know what the market does. You know how amazing that is, guys. The market is, it's something. It's special. I have a problem with depositing. Yeah, I don't know. What broker are you with, my friend? I have no idea, my friend. You need to make sure you're with a good broker, especially on the forex side. You're looking for longs? Ooh, okay. I'm looking for shorts. May the odds be in your favor, but I'm looking for shorts, personally. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what happens. We already tap back into 75% of the move here on the 12-hour. Question is, do they want to actually rate the highs first and go a little bit higher into this extreme zone? Or we already tapped it, actually. Interesting. Yeah, let's see what happens here for gold, whether or not we want to sweep the highs first or not. Gold is trying to wick out the highs, the shorts first before going short. Yeah, it looks like it, right? Yeah, we have to be a bit patient. We have to be a bit patient in this instance, but we're going to see what happens. The Nasdaq is also still playing around 6 o'clock open. If they first take out the highs and then show us some reversal to the downside, it would be nice. First day on Lucid today. I used to trade Apex, but I got restriction to buy end of day trading accounts. Yeah, that's tough, man. When you're making too much money, they they take you away eventually, you know. Depending, maybe you broke the rules. I don't know. I'm not aware of it. But yeah, they have a live setting, right? So eventually people can be transferred to live now, which is nice, which is really nice. 12,500 this year. Yeah, I hope for you you're gonna have an option to go live, bro. And they unban you from the end of day trading accounts. I haven't really traded with Apex before. I've only had one account with them in the past because it was trailing back then, and I really didn't like it. I never tried the end of days. I might have to give it a crack. It's one of the biggest firms still, right? Let's have a look here. Would like to go short gold into that long and Asia impulse. Yeah, I'm also looking for the shorts here. But it really depends on how they're going to form it here. We have to look at what the DXY is doing. So the DXY went down a couple of points here. We never actually rated back into this level below, into 2, which is interesting. It could still come back down, meaning that we could still go up a little bit on gold. We'll see what happens. Right now, we're definitely we're just ranging at the moment. I'm looking for long on gold around 491 or 487. 491, and you're looking at it on the futures chart? That's the game, Entry. That's the game, my friend. We got 50 people watching. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. That will be highly, highly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed before, hit the subscribe button, because I got a little new effect that comes into play whenever someone subscribes. Your name pops up. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing. It took some work figuring it out. I gotta be honest with you. It took some work, but I eventually got it figured out. Hello, everyone. Morton, welcome back to the live stream, my guy. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Hello from Dubai. Nice, Thomas. I remember living in Dubai for 20 years, right? Or was it 5 years? It was one of them. 20 or 5. It was a long time at least. Nice, Thomas, Maiji. Welcome back. 25 years. Oh, you see? So it was 20 and 5. There you go. Got the mind set up, guys. Got the mind set up. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, we're just looking for the VIX to continue higher so we can sell the Nasdaq to the downside, depending on whether or not they're going to sweep the high. If they sweep the high and then do it, it would be even more better for me, personally. But we'll see if this is the case or not. If not, yeah, it is what it is. We're already in the golden pocket when we're looking at the current trading range from high to low. We're in the golden pocket. So I like this. I think we're in a pretty good scenario to looking for shorts, but we do need some confirmation here. We do need some confirmation. Let's have a look here. Okay, gold is selling off already. Are we breaking through as well on... No, we're not breaking through as of yet on the dollar. Let's have a look here. So we just opened a new 15-minute candle. What are we doing here on the hourly is the big question. Is this ready to fall and sink to the downside? It does look like it might want to go already. Yeah, I might give it a small crack here on gold, guys, to see whether or not they want to do it already. Manage your risk, of course, right? Manage your risk. But I'm willing to give. Oh, what? I'm looking and trading the wrong account. Let's have a look here on the 15. They do have equal highs. Let me see. Let me give it one more look. No, we're gonna wait one more. We're gonna wait one more second here. I'm gonna wait one more second. If they do trade down further, and they then come back up again, we can always enter afterwards, right? So let's say they do something like this, and then we get involved. If they sink it all the way to the downside, that would be a bit tough, of course. But yeah, it is what it is if that's the case. I'm gonna wait a little bit on gold. Let's see if we actually can go higher for the Nasdaq first. We're creating a breaker block on the 5. I'm not gonna take this long, so I'm not doing much at all at the moment. Let's have a look here. Can you explain why you look at the dollar and gold at the same time? It's logical, but it's just for my brain to comprehend. So it's a negative correlation, right? So when the dollar rises, gold tends to fall. It's like money flow in this instance, right? But it mostly has to do with the amount of money it costs to buy an ounce of gold and stuff like that. But it's just, I strongly believe that there's a lot of algorithms in the market that keep the money flow intact, right? So there's always orders being sent into the market, and I think there's a lot of exchanging going on a current basis, right? Continuously. So this means that when they're selling the dollar, they might buy gold for it in return, right? And vice versa. You see what I'm saying? And there you can see it clearly that there's a correlation when it comes to both assets here. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. But when it comes to like the full fundamental reason of why it happens, I do not really have an idea, to be honest, bro. On CFDs for gold spot? No, it's also the DXY, bro. It's also the DXY. You're trading gold against the dollar. If you're trading XAUUSD, you're trading gold against the dollar. Inverse correlation, yeah. Well, yeah, it's a negative correlation. It's the same thing, right? Inverse or negative. It's instead of positively correlated, it's negatively correlated, as in it's the opposite of whatever it's doing. Yes, but it's good though. It's good to look at. Definitely, I would say it keeps you out of a lot of positions when it's not aligned. You might not take a trade. It doesn't mean that the trade doesn't play out though, right? You have to keep that in mind. Sometimes the trade just goes without you being in because it doesn't look correctly on both charts in this instance. But sometimes it's also good because it keeps you out of unnecessary positions, right? So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we are rising here when it comes to the gold chart right now. Yeah, I'm still gonna give it a crack here. I wanted to wait for a bit, but it really looks like it wants to go. So I'm giving one crack here on gold, if it wants to take me in. Yeah, okay, so we're in the sell on gold. It's not a lot of risk here, but I'm using the current 6-hour high as my stop loss, and we're trading it back down. We're gonna look at what the dollar is gonna do here. I have a alert set on the dollar. If it wants to keep rising, that would be nice. And yeah, we're gonna just trade it to the downside, gold right now. Let's see if this wants to continue down. The Nasdaq is still rising, so we're gonna wait for the Nasdaq potentially giving us a setup here. So yeah, let's see if this wants to continue to the downside. We've been caught. Let's have a look. We're only risking $100, so that's not really a big problem. Why can't I see the thing on the right side? All right, let's see. All right, better. Let me have a look here on gold. So we target back to 91. All right, we go for 95 right here on these lows, right here. All right, let's have a look here, guys. Let's see what happens here for gold. If we want to continue to the downside, yes or no. And if the dollar wants to keep rising is the big question, right? If the dollar wants to keep rising, would be nice. We have a gap that's unmitigated on the dollar. Could be a potential target here. And we also have a clear for value gap that's being respected on the dollar to the upside, which I like. We got 68 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure to smash up the likes if you enjoy the live stream. And if you don't enjoy the live stream, you don't have to. If you don't enjoy the live streams. Let's see. Is futures gold a normal FTMO standard trading charts the same? No, it's not. When you're trading forex, they make up their own prices. You are trading similar prices to other brokers, but they have the option to have their own charts to a degree in the forex industry. So they are different for gold. The charts would be the same, but the prices might be different, right? The candlesticks mostly look the same between gold spot and gold futures. It's not that big of a difference. But there's a point different, as in where is the price located and stuff like that. That's the only real difference, to be honest. All right, let's see if we can flip above 6 here for the VIX. If this happens, then I would say that we potentially could look for shorts on the Nasdaq once this breaks higher. Until then, we just have to wait. Whether they want to take it higher or not is the big question. We're already going back into the previous wick. We're tapping 25%. Let's see what happens here. It's definitely a slow market at the moment. Let's see if this actually wants to break down lower. Gold is rising, so that's good. Or I mean, DXY is rising, but that's good. I hope once we actually reach into this level, to the upside here on the DXY, that gold's actually going to sink for a bit. That would be nice. We got 70 people watching, 75 people watching. If you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly, highly appreciated. It does help the channel a lot. So if you want to help the channel, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. It feels like the market, mainly NQ, wants to push. It is really disregarding the escalating news. I think we swept a bunch of liquidity to the downside and we still push higher, maybe pull back tomorrow looking daily. Yeah, that could be the case, bro. It could be right. Could be right. Could be right. If that happens, it is what it is, right? It could definitely be looking just a long, continues along. You might be right. You might be totally right, bro. Could be the same here for gold, of course. If you look at gold, we're in the top of the day. It could also be the case that this just wants to continue higher, you know? And it doesn't want to come back down. It could definitely be the case if you look at the daily now, right? And we're trying to short something that doesn't want to go down. But we're going to see what happens here, guys. We're going to see what happens here. For now, my bias is clear. I'm definitely looking for the shorts. I'm just going to wait and see whether or not we're going to break through higher on the VIX. And we're going to break through lower on Nasdaq. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens here. And let's see what happens on gold as well. That's also a good question. I'll make sure to mark that out on the chart here. That we're in this position with the stop above this high. And we're targeting back to 95. Yeah, like that. Let's see what does on NQ. NQ daily C2 is confirmed, so my draw is the Tuesday high. Oh, let's see what happens. Would be nice. What do you think about buy at 40.92? Yeah, well, if it goes down to 40.92, I wouldn't be mad. So whatever happens at that level, we'll see. But yeah, let's see. On the 1 hour, gold looks like it wants to go down a bit. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It could change within a minute, though. That's the beautiful thing about trading. It could change within a minute. All right, let's see. We're breaking out. Yeah. All right. I'm going to give it a sell crack also on the Nasdaq here, guys. So I just added one sell here on the Nas. Stop is above current 6 hour high. And we're targeting back towards the relative equal lows to the downside. Which is a pretty big trade, if you ask me. We'll see if this plays out or not. If they break through these lows, we're going to go to break even. We're breaking out on the VIX right now, so that's good. We'll see whether or not this wants to play out. We'll see whether or not this wants to play out or not. Level 65. What are we looking at? Looking on the 15. How much is this? Is it 1 to 2? Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. Okay, yeah. One alert is enough. Thank you. I don't have to hear the frog again. I appreciate that. The problem are the tweets these days. Trump's influenced the market too much. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of influence from Trump at the current moment. It is what it is, though. I hope we're gonna be blessed today. And we're gonna see if this is the case or not. If they come into this level, I do have to be aware and see what happens. If they do want to sink lower on the Nasdaq beforehand, that would be ideal. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, we're still trading at the same area when it comes to gold. It's not really moving. What frog noise? What's up with the cuckoo? Yeah, no. The chicken was too much, my friend. The chicken was too much. That shocked the heck out of me a couple of times. So we're not gonna do the chicken anymore. The chicken is out of the picture. The chicken is out of the picture. No chicken anymore. It's no bueno. Let's see if we're gonna sink down. We got 80 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. So we're in 2 trades at the moment. We're in a gold short and we're in a Nasdaq short. Let's see whether or not this wants to play out for us. Of course, could be totally wrong here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here, guys. Let's see who's the liquidity here. I'm long on the Nasdaq. Oh, nice. Well, I hope for you it plays out. I don't hope that for me, of course, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here, my friend. And I don't know how to change that. I have no idea, my friend. Maybe you need to just contact them in support. Ask them if they could help you out. Maybe they can help you out. I have no idea, my friend. Short on gold. Yeah, I'm also short on the gold here. I'm also short on gold. Gold is looking okay. Nasdaq doesn't look like it at the moment. We might be a little bit early here for the Nas. Like I was expecting them to maybe sweep the current day of the current 12-hour high before they wanted to go down. We'll see whether or not this is the case. The VIX is moving higher, but the Nasdaq isn't really listening to it right now, as you guys can see. Short on gold, yeah. I hope gold wants to do it for us. It would be nice. It would be nice. Let's see. We got 78 people watching. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly appreciated. Oh, look, gold is selling off a little bit. Let's see if they want to break it down. They want to break it down to the downside. That would be nice. That would be nice. Let's see. We are actually breaking really higher when it comes to the VIX. The Nasdaq is not really responding to it. We have a response on the S, but MNQ is not. It's not doing it at the moment. So yeah, let's see. Let's see if we're trading the right pair here. I had no confirmation on the levels for gold, so I didn't take the short yet. That's good, bro. Follow your own plan, bro. Follow your own plan for sure. Follow your own plan for sure. Don't just follow me just because I take a trade, you know? Just do whatever your plan tells you to do. So we still got this potentially. So let's say they do actually want to rate higher first and they want to take out the highs and before they go down or whatever. We could still look for the shorts up here, right? In case that happens. Yeah, let's see. Gold is looking okay right now. Closure is nice after the retest at 6 o'clock. It looks good. You're in a trade. Yeah, I'm 2 trades, bro. Can't you see it on the right-hand side? Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's vice versa, guys. Come on. Confused. But yeah, we're in a trade. Yeah. Did not touch the 88 on my FIP levels on the sell. Okay, I see. And buys is above 23 on my FIP. I like. So you just draw the FIP over previous day ranges and stuff? Or is that how you do it? We got 81 people watching, guys. Make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly, highly appreciated if you guys want to support the channel. It helps the algorithm, guys. If you want to keep growing it together, create our own little trading society here. Yeah, I need to ask you guys to do me a little favor. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it before. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. That would be highly, highly appreciated. All right, we're selling off here on gold. Let's see what happens if gold wants to continue down. We are rising well on the DXY at the moment, which is good. Let's see if this wants to continue rising higher. That would be nice. We do have a clear target to the upside. Of course, we have a fair value gap to the upside, or a gap, a daily gap here for the DXY, which I like. Congrats to the 1,000 subs, Tommy. Yes, I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Already 1,000 subs, guys. You guys are legends. You're one of them. You're one of the early birds, which I really, truly appreciate. I truly appreciate that a lot, guys. Just so you know. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can break out here for the DXY higher. That would be highly... it would be good for us if this happens. If they want to break out further. The Nasdaq is still hanging around our level at the moment. It's not really doing anything. Gold is selling off, though, which is nice. I hope we're going to get some money out of gold here. If the Nasdaq doesn't want to do it. Woo, secured 3,200 on gold today. Now the real challenge, don't overtrade. Just close down the charts, bro. If you're up 3,200 on the day, depending on the account size, that might be a big trade, you know? Like, there's no reason to keep trading, bro. If there's, you know, if there's nothing to trade, then there's nothing to trade. You know, enjoy the life that you're trying to create, you know? That's my one word of advice, is that if we're trying to create a life where we're free, don't glue yourself to the chart, you know? Don't glue yourself to the chart is my advice. It's non-financial advice. And also non-life advice. To just do whatever you want to do. But yeah, make the right decisions, that's for sure. All right, we're selling off a little bit here on NQ. Let's see if they want to actually rate it down. Give us that 1 to 2 hour return here on the position. That would be nice. If that happens, we're also covering the loss in case the gold doesn't want to play out here. The VIX is definitely pushing higher. I have to be aware of the fact that if they want to cross higher, I do have to secure myself here if the Nasdaq is not following through. Yeah, we're falling pretty drastically here on ES. Seems like ES was the trade at the moment. But let's see if this wants to continue or not. Or we want to stay up and above when it comes to NQ. And gold is rising as well. Dang it. Yeah, we're falling a little bit here when it comes to the DXY. Let's hope we can break through midnight and actually close higher. Because this is a really hard zone, right? If they can't break through it, there's a chance they're gonna seek it all the way down again. That wouldn't be beneficial for us. But let's see what happens here. If we can break higher here, especially on the XY, if we start breaking above here, there's a really high chance they're going to come back into this gap and fill it in. Meaning that the gold is most likely going to sell to the downside. We got 87 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. My name is Thomas, for the guys that don't know. I've been trading 6 years already. And yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. I'm located near Amsterdam. And I'm trading live 3 to 4 days a week. This will probably be the last day that I'm live today for the week. Because Fridays are always a bit tough for me. But we'll see. Who knows what Friday looks like tomorrow, you know? We'll see what Friday looks like tomorrow. And I need to work on the A-test, of course, guys, right? So I also need to work on the A-test and stuff like that. And I would like to work further on the Canva PDF I'm creating for you guys. I've been working on it. I still need to do some other stuff. I'm still not done. Give me 1 second. I'm still not done, but we're working on it, all right? And once this is finished, you have a bit of a more understanding of how I look at the charts, and you get it for free, of course. Like, you don't have to pay me anything for it. But yeah, we'll see. Are you little Thomas from Lorenzo's page? The baby grew up so fast. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm baby Thomas. Yeah, that's me. That's me, my friend. Yeah. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Brian, welcome. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see. So we're actually selling off here on the dollar. It's not beneficial for gold. Gold is still staying below, so that's nice. We are buying ourselves back up on the ES as well. The VIX is still moving higher. We do not really have any show of aggression to the downside at the moment. Let's see whether or not this is going to play out for us, guys. Let's see whether or not it's going to play out for us. So for the guys today, what are you looking for? Are you trading longs? Are you trading shorts? What are you looking for? Are you trading other pairs than gold or the Nasdaq at the moment? Let me know in the chat. I'd like to know what you're looking at. Hey, that's awesome. Congrats, brother. Love to see it. Happy to follow you on your journey. Thank you, my friend. I truly appreciate that, man. You don't know. I truly, truly appreciate that. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in, my friend. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure to do so. If it's correct, I have a thingy that should pop up when someone subscribes, but it's not working at the moment. I don't know why. Yeah, we're moving down. We're moving down heavily here, but gold is still not moving drastically higher. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. We are moving higher on M and Q for sure. That's one thing that we can see. The VIX is still moving to the upside, so we'll see whether or not this is going to be a good position here. And if that's not the case, we can still look for the shorts from up here. And it's going to probably rise until this gap on the 6 hour, what we initially were looking for. But it gave the breakout, so I wanted to give it a crack. Looking for longs now because 20-day look back on the daily tells us that we're still in discount. 29,722 is the equilibrium of that range. 722. I see. Okay, yeah. So you're looking for buys, sells above here or sells below here, and you're looking for buys up to it. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. We're selling off on gold, which is nice. Good morning, all. Jamie, welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome back to the live streams. As per usual. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. We got 100 people watching. Thank you guys for all tuning in. If you enjoy the live streams, make sure to smash up the like if you've been here before. If you don't know who I am, I'm Thomas. I've been trading for 6 years. I have had all the ups and downs. I'm not a legendary trader. I don't claim to be one. Whenever we lose, we lose. It's part of the game. I lose more than I win. Like you saw yesterday, we lost 2 but won 1, and we made back money, and we made more. So it's all part of the game, guys. It's all part of the game. We're trying to do our best. That's what it's all about. Let's see what happens here, though. If the DXY wants to start rising again after tapping 6 o'clock open here, then we might have some potential still. I'm long. Okay, you guys are all trading against me at the moment. I'm the only guy that's shorting. That feels a bit tough. If I'm gonna get stopped out here, at least I'm happy for you guys. That's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. We'll see what happens here. Gold is rising back up again. It's a delayed reaction when it comes to the correlation, though. We already had a big move to the downside. If we start moving higher again here for the DXY, yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to hold on to this trade on gold. It is what it is. I think it still has a lot of potential here. We got a new 20-minute coming on here in 15 seconds. Let's see. You know my model, trade the C3. Yes. Gold will keep faking until it just drops down. Yeah, that could be the case for sure. Yeah, and then randomly drops and instantly like 18 points here to the downside. Just randomly, boom, shoot all the way down. That would be nice. As long as we're still in. that would be beneficial here. Long on US and short on gold. All right, US 30, nice. Yeah, I don't trade US 30 personally. I've really a bad. There's no love-hate relationship. There's only a hate relationship with US 30 for me. So I'm not trading US 30 anymore. But I'm glad that it works for you. But not sure. Looking at the 5-minute chart on NQ, it does look like it wants to go up, but it also sees a fake out before it goes down. Multiple projections at 29,656. Yeah, the main reason for the short here for me is the breakout on the VIX, right? That's the main reason here for me for the shorts. And of course, we traded below 6 o'clock, right? So we had a top set in for 6. And of course, like we're already pretty high up in the day, so I'm not looking for a major move to the downside. I'm only looking for 80 points, right? So it's 80 points sounds like it's nothing, but compared to the current daily trading ranges, it's not that much, right? It's not that much. So that's what I'm looking for. Whether it wants to play out or not is a big question. I understand that the trend is currently bullish. But yeah, it is what it is, right? We'll see whether or not it wants to play out. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. Gold is looking favorable still. We got a new hour coming in 20 minutes from now. So until then, we got to see what happens. Whether or not this is going to close bearish or bullish is the big question. Let's say the VIX actually truly breaks out higher, right? And we break through this level like I have marked out here. I have an alert set, right here, just before it. If they start breaking out and we're not following through on the Nasdaq, I might have to, if we get the chance to cover ourselves, or I just take the trade out. And we're going to see if gold wants to run it for us then, right? So we'll see what happens here. It truly depends on how this is going to play out with the VIX in alignment and stuff. The US 100. Oh, you're shorting, or you're longing gold. What am I saying? You're longing Nasdaq. I see. Does anyone trade SpaceX? No. No. I don't, my friend. I don't trade SpaceX. Guys, we got 100 people watching. If you guys enjoy the live streams, make sure to smash up the likes. That would be highly, highly appreciated. And if you don't like the live streams, you don't have to. You don't have to. But if you do like them, it would be highly appreciated. It would be highly appreciated. Let's have a look here, so. Yeah, we're still selling off slowly. The market's not really moving. I mean, as long as it's not moving and it goes in my direction slowly, I don't really mind. I don't really mind. I hope there's not going to be a massive Trump tweet about... well, if there's a Trump tweet, if it's about oil, right, and it's bullish for oil, then it's okay. Then it's okay. It's not a problem. Do it for me, right? But if it's negative, then don't, please. Then don't. The quiet before the storm. Yes. Well, yeah, I hope we're out of the storm. We're out before the storm actually occurs, right? We're out before the storm occurs. Yeah, we're back up again. We tapped 6 o'clock, like mentioned, right? I want to see what happened when they tap 6, and they tap 6, and they're moving higher again. Let's hope they can actually break out. You know, break out and stay above. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Somewhere around here would be a valid breakout. Let me put an alert there. Probably gold down. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. It's not happening at the moment, though, but we'll see. We'll see whether or not it's going to occur. The bottom wick was set on 6, which I like. Let's see if they can break through it. 6, of course, is the current hourly open. So the retest of the current hourly open and then breaking out is fantastic, guys. It's fantastic. If they want to follow through here, though, that's the big question. Is that the 6 a.m.? Yeah, that's 6 a.m., bro. 6 a.m. for the New York time, right? So it's just this hour, basically. Are you in a trading position? Yes, I'm in 2 positions, bro. I'm in 2 positions at the moment. You're good with gold. Yeah, hope so. Let's hope so. Gold is gonna... if one of them plays out, it should cover the cost of one another, right? So it's that would be nice if either one wants to play out here. And if they both don't play out, yeah, then we're down $200 on the day, 220. But that's all right. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. 2 days for reply on a ticket. Yeah, that's tough, bro. You need to find a broker where they have like interactive messaging so they can, reach out to them 24/7. 2 days is really long, bro, for a broker. But in the prop firm space, it's also normal that you don't get a reply for hours sometimes, bro. Or like multiple hours and 48 hours and stuff. The marks are super whack. I've been on the sideline for weeks now. Oh, for a week now. Super boring. Yeah, it's part of the game, bro. Sometimes it's good to not trade at all, right? Not trading is also trading. Not trading is also trading. I know you don't want to hear the common advice, But yeah, I don't know what to give you otherwise than that, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say otherwise. We got 50 likes, 100 watchers right now. For the guys that haven't liked the stream yet and you do enjoy it, make sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done it before. I think that I don't know, did any one of you guys that are in the chat right now that I have not ever spoken to before, have you clicked the subscribe button? Because if so, the thingy is not working, and that would be quite upsetting because I've worked a couple of hours on it trying to figure out what I had to do. So I hope it still works. All right, we're breaking out here on the VIX, and we're selling off pretty drastically here when it comes to the Nasdaq and on gold as well. So that's nice. That's looking good for now. Let's see whether or not they want to do it. We're targeting just before the weekly open here. Let's see if they want to continue to break out to the downside. We're breaking out on the VIX. Let's see if this wants to continue. We'll secure ourselves here when it comes to the Nasdaq due to the breakout here for the VIX. No, it's a great thing, huh? Just waiting. Hope the trade plays out for you. Yeah, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, when it comes to the gold, I think gold, I don't know about gold still, right? For breaking out here on the DXY, then I have to secure myself as well on gold. But for now, it's looking good. Did Trump say something again? As far as I'm aware, no. As far as I'm aware, he did not say anything as of yet. As of yet, he didn't say anything. I don't understand your sell position. Can you explain it? Because the market's looking bullish in my view. Which one you're looking for? For the explanation, you're looking for the DXY? What I'm talking about? The NQ or gold? Or let me know. Which one? That abonneer, that subscribing thing does not work. I think it should work. If you already subbed before and then you resub again, I think it doesn't work. NQ. Okay, so the main reason for the shorts on NQ is like I already explained, right? I have time models for the day. This current model is 6 o'clock. I like 6 to do the reversal play on the day, right? So whenever 6 happens, it's either continuation to reverse or reversal to continuation or reversal overall, right? That's what I look for when I trade 6 o'clock. And in this instance, I was looking for the short because we're heavily overbought in the day and we were breaking out bullish on the VIX, right? So that was the main reason for the short for the Nasdaq. All right, let's see if we can actually start breaking higher still here on the VIX. Go back towards the monthly open here. I'll put an alert down. If we come back into this inefficient candle here, I would have to probably close the trade. We'll see whether or not this is the case. We're selling off pretty drastically here on gold, which is nice. 3 minute, 20 minute, 1 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour. Are this your main time frames? Yeah, I switch a bit. I switch a bit. But yeah, no, I like the 20 minute a lot. For some reason, it's just always stuck to me. So I like the 20 minute. I like the 6 hour a lot because of the time frames that I trade, right? But yeah. How was your liquidity? Well, you don't know that yet. It might still go higher. Oh, it's still working. Raw and random. Nice. Nice. Welcome to the live stream, Raw and Random. I don't know what to say about that, but hey, as long as both parties agree. just joking. Time based. Okay, yeah. So it's time based, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's time based, but it's also because of what's happening here with the VIX, right? Can we get into trading? I'm already in the short, bro. I've been in the short already for a couple of minutes here. I think like 50 minutes or something like that, or 40 or something. So I wouldn't suggest to enter it now. You know, I wouldn't suggest to follow my trades at all, to be honest. You know, do your own analysis. But yeah, you need like right now I'm in the short on both trades here, right? On both trades here at the moment. All right, we're breaking out pretty drastically here on the VIX. Let's see what happens here. We got 110 people watching. Guys, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. That would be highly appreciated. That would be highly appreciated. Nice. Ayub, welcome to the live stream, bro. Appreciate it for subscribing. Thank you, my G. I truly appreciate it. All right, let's have a look here. Gold is still selling off nicely, so that's nice. Yeah, as this wants to continue lower and lower and lower, that's you know, that's good. That's beneficial. Could be targeting back to these highs here. Let's have a look. Let's see if the DXY actually wants to start breaking higher or not. We are breaking higher, so that's good. We are breaking higher, so that's nice. You moved your TP on NQ. Yeah, I moved it a bit up. I moved it a bit up. It's a 1 to 2-ish now. But I'm depending my TP based on what the VIX is gonna do here. Once we tap into this level, I will take it out on NQ. 8S, thank you, my friend, for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, I'll be taking it out based on the VIX here. I'm not gonna take it out based on NQ. Even though I think it might actually want to start running down all the way. It could definitely be a big trade. We'll see. We'll see whether or not this is the case. Yeah, because you do have those relative equal lows here on the current day. Are we going to go for the big move here, guys? Is the question, right? Oh, we got the frog. That's for the VIX. Let's see. So the VIX is really pushing through here now. Oh, wait. It's not. It's for the DXY. Oh, the DXY is selling off drastically. All right. Then let's secure ourselves here on the on gold. Gold is selling off really hard here at the moment. So that's nice. That's really nice. Let's see what gold is gonna do. If we're gonna sink through here on gold. Gold is definitely selling off at the moment. Look at gold, guys. Gold is insane at the moment. Let's see what DXY is doing. Are we falling through? Yeah. All right, we're gonna close the gold trade right now. So that's a 1 to 2, and we're gonna take out one contract here on the Nasdaq, and we're gonna leave one running because I think that might actually continue lower a lot. Oh wait, it already closed my trade out completely. Oh, okay, never mind. I accidentally bought now. Okay, we're done. We have 2 trades here, two trades, 2R return. It already hit my target before I could change it. That's interesting. All right, so well played, guys. We have 2 trades done. That's really nice. So this one already hit the target, and this one hit the target because I took it out. Oh, nice. Well done, guys. That's 2 good trades to start the day. We might look for another one soon, but we're gonna see what happens here. So we actually broke out here on the DXY. And we sold off pretty heavily. So we got 2R return on gold here, and we got 2.7, a little bit higher. 2.5R return here on the Nasdaq, so that's nice. Well played, guys. Well played. That's some good trades here. That's nothing wrong with this, right? We're only trading with 2 micros and 1 micro. And we're still, that's why it's really important that you guys understand that you don't have to risk a lot of money to make money. Because right now we made 425, right? We only risked a total of, what is it? Fucking $200 basically, around $200, right? And we just, yeah, we made a really good trade here on both assets. So that's nice. That's really nice. Well played, guys. I actually wanted to stay in with 1 contract, to be honest, on the Nasdaq. So for the guys that are still in, this potentially would go all the way back to the daily open here right now. Yeah, it's selling off really heavily here. And I think gold can also still continue. But with gold, we're in with 1 contract on gold, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. So it is what it is, though. Well played for the guys that were in. If it comes to gold for the big target, I would say you could trade it back to 2 o'clock. It's untraded into, right? So you could trade it back to 2 o'clock here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to just look at it. And let's mark out 2. Let's see if they actually want to raid back to 2 o'clock. And let's keep our target as it is at 2.5 return. And let's see if they want to come back to these highs or these lows down here. Profit is profit. No need to chase now. No. We're not chasing. We're not chasing. I won't be entering another trade. It's more like that's sometimes the tough part about trading, right? And it's like, do I increase my target because I'm up to R already, right? Like, it's why would I do it or why wouldn't I do it, right? It's the big question you got to ask yourself sometimes. But in this instance, the weekly open was a really good target, so I'm glad we took it out just above the weekly open for the Nasdaq. And when it comes to gold, yeah, it really depends on whether or not they want to really break through and fill in this gap for DXY if gold wants to continue selling off. But I think for gold, 2 o'clock could have been the target. We'll see. We'll see if this wants to hit it or not. You could just put your stop loss on where ATP is. Yeah, sure, but yeah, sure, but you could. But like, if I put my, I would have been stopped out already if I put my stop loss on where my TP was, you know. You're right though. You could trail it that heavily if you want to. I was a long. Let's see. But gold's going well. Well played. Well played. You're also on gold short still. Nice. That's good. Let me see what's being asked here. I was long this morning on NQ. Can you explain why I did not go higher? Well, yeah, there's not really an explanation for why it doesn't do what it doesn't do, right? Like, it could have also gone higher. But in this instance, I was looking for shorts based on the current trading range, right? So we were already heavily overbought in this instance, where if you think about what I explained last time, I'll get the whiteboard and I'll explain it to you guys. Give me 1 second, right? Make sure to smash up the likes, guys. We got 130 people watching. We just made 4R, guys. Come on. If you're talking about trading results, then I'm not going to guarantee it, of course. Like I've mentioned it before, I'm not a legendary trader. I'm not going to claim to be one. But yeah, smash up the like. Would be highly appreciated. All right, so when it comes to what I wanted to explain here, right? Can you guys see the whiteboard? I think you guys can see the whiteboard, right? Let me see. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, so you have a nice view of my face. If you guys enjoy that, don't do anything nasty on the other side of the screen. I will find you. All right, so when it comes to the daily, right, and it comes to the overall ideology that I have when it comes to trading, whether it's false or fake is not really the point here, right? Does it matter if something is true if it helps you, is the question you got to ask yourself, right? If it actually makes you money, do whatever you want to do, right? If you support trend lines or whatever. Okay, but the whole idea is as follows, right? So the daily open for today was located below us, right? So, okay, let's see. So let me see. Yeah, so the daily open was located below us. We were trading up in the range, right? We're trading up in the range, meaning that fair value, meaning where price agreed upon opening up for the day, is below. This is fair value, right? This is fair value right here, right? Fair value. This means that we're trading already in premium for the day itself. Whether you're trading in premium for the current trading week or for the current trading range is the question you can then look at when it comes to the technical side of things. Or if you're looking at the charts here, you can see clearly. Let me see if I can adjust this. For looking at the charts, you can see clearly that we're trading within the current trading range. We're trading in premium. We're trading above 50%, right? So when it comes to the day itself, we're also trading in premium, right? We're trading above the current day open, meaning we're trading in premium pricing for the relative to the open, right? So we're already buying higher than where price agreed up on opening. You see what I'm saying, guys, right? So that's the reason we started looking for sells. It's 6 o'clock. I like 6 o'clock. It's the last 12 hours of the day. If you do numerological calculations, so you calculate the day and you say that the first candle is the first hour, that's your first candle. If you calculate it at 6 o'clock in the morning for New York, that's your midpoint. That's your middle point for the day. I like that. This means there's liquidity set within the market, and the first 12-hour candle might be rated back into, right? Meaning that they have the closure on the current 12 hour, on the previous 12-hour, and you open 6. This means that this is an entire trading range you could be using to go back into, right? Meaning you could go back into it for the new 6 o'clock to go higher, right? Or you could go higher to go lower, right? There's a lot of stuff you can look at, but there's multiple models. In this instance, we traded it lower, and it could still potentially go higher, right? Like the fact that I was biased for shorts at that current moment doesn't mean that I'm biased for shorts the entire day. It could still be that it's just going to go higher. And as you can see now, it actually tapped the weekly open and it rejected it all the way back up, meaning that the weekly open was the correct target for us, right? This could now just be the bottom wick for the current 6, and we're going to trade it all the way back up, and it's just going to go higher again. You see what I mean, guys? So yeah, that's the ideology of what I have. And when you're looking at the VIX, so like this. Oh, this is way better. I should have done this in the beginning already. So when you're looking at the VIX, all right, we have the VIX right here, comparing it and against NQ, right? If the VIX is bullish, NQ is most likely bearish, right? Or the Volks. I'm using the Volks, but it's the same thing, yeah? So we saw that the Volks was breaking out after putting in the bottom wick to the upside, right? There was liquidity above. And we saw that we were overbought on NQ, meaning that these two are combining each other, right? And once this one broke out, it actually confirmed that it might be a short-term pull book for the Nasdaq. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Press a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. Or a W, whatever you want to type in the chat. But that's the whole idea here, right? So yeah, that's it, basically. Yeah. So yeah. There you go. I hope that made sense. I hope that made some sense here. So yeah. All right. That's it. Nice that you guys are here. I appreciate that. I appreciate the activity. I appreciate that. So look at this, right? So we just had our trade. And we made the decision to take it out, or well, we got taken out. Otherwise, we would have been in with one more contract. But we got taken out here in profit. And look what happens after they tap the weekly open, right? Weekly open, daily open, all these opens are really high resistance or support levels. Like they're really major in price. Sorry, bro, can you do it again? I did not hear it. Yeah, you're funny. You can just go back in the stream. I'm not going to get the whiteboard again. Funny guy. Funny guy. Just watch it back in the stream, my guy. No way. All right. let's have a look. All right, let's have a look here. So and it comes to gold. Gold also all the way can buck all the way up. So that's trading. That's what I'm saying, guys. Trading is such a funny game. It's such an amazing art. You can be right for just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. All right. Make 2-hour returns and then be completely wrong. It could complete the switch entire scenario on you and you're completely wrong. You know how crazy that is if you think about it? You know how crazy that is? The trading, it could just be like this and the whole thing doesn't make sense anymore. Your bias could be amazing, everything looks amazing, and just one candle changes the whole direction. Whether it's also visually or just mentally, it changes everything. Trading is amazing. Hi, Jacob. My name is Thomas, by the way, but I appreciate it. Hi, Jacob. How many days a week do you go live trade, and what are the times in which sessions? Pre-New York and New York. I go live at 6 o'clock in the morning for New York time, so pre-New York, and I trade from 6 until 9 every single day. But I avoid Mondays and Fridays more often because they're not really my type of trading days. So this is probably the last day for the week that I'm live, depending on how the market looks tomorrow. Bro, can you explain a little bit of the correlation between NQ and the VIX? Yeah, I will send you guys a document that you can read. If you really care, you can read this, right? If you really want to know more about it. This is for Investopedia. It explains everything about the volatility index, all right? But it's basically just a measurement, right? It's like a fear index and stuff like that. It's good though. For a technical approach, I like to use it. It gives me an extra confidence, whether or not it truly gives it truly matters. I don't know. It works for me, right? So you just have to read through that article and have a bit of an understanding and just look at the charts, Look at the charts, give it a bit of a crack, look at whether or not it has favorable. You guys see that? We marked out the monthly open on the VIX and how they actually close below it. Marks are interesting, guys. The marks really, they fascinate me so much. Sometimes I hate them, truly. I truly hate them sometimes. But sometimes it also fascinates me, right? Will you explain all that again? You can watch back into the live stream, my guy. You can look back into the live stream. RT, thank you for subscribing. I truly appreciate that. So if NQ will go up above your entry point, can we look for shorts again? I wouldn't say so, no. I wouldn't say so. If they go back above my entry point, the candle that we're currently trading, the 6 o'clock candle, you can see here on the right. You see that? Would flip bullish, meaning that the delivery of the candle itself changes, and this might be the bottom wick for the move higher. You see what I mean? It just depends on whatever happens here right now, whether or not it's it moves higher or lower in this instance. I want to see what happens here to determine whether or not this is a continuation move higher or lower. If this wants to continue higher, the VIX, right? There's a chance if they break back above here that NQ is going to continue lower from this current area. NQ bounced right at the midpoint of the current day trading range. Yeah, you're right. It's aligned. Look at that. That's crazy. The weekly open and the 50% are precisely at the same level. That's interesting. Thank you for letting me know, by the way. That's why you have to stick to a certain time frame. Can't be trading 4-hour swings on a 5-minute time frame. Well, you can for sure, but you have to enter the right time for the 4-hour swing to play out, right? Because right now we're trading the 6-hour candles, so we could assume that the 6-hour wants to trade it all the way to the downside. Doesn't look like it at the moment, right? But you could, if you let's say you looked for longs for some reason, right here, right, or right here, you could have traded the full 6-hour candle higher. It's easier to say than done, right? That's also the case here. Let's not forget that. It's always easy to say something happens afterwards. But yeah. We're breaking higher definitely on the VIX right now. I have a custom indicator for that. If you guys want to have access to the indicator, let me know. Maybe I can send this one. This one's really big, actually, to be honest. I'm not going to be able to send this. I'll publish it. This is the monthly. Okay, this is the M. This is the day we. Oh my god, bro. M. Yay. Outpointed into the future. Use if you like. Let's see if this actually gets accepted. Yeah, bro, why you have to make it so hard for me? Okay, all right. Okay, it's not allowing me to upload it. Let me see. Maybe I already have it uploaded. Give me 1 second. Why do you have to make it so hard for some reason? Scripts. Oh yeah, I already have it actually. I already have it. All right, let's see. I'll send over the ones that I have. Give me 1 second. All right, so we have one here. So this is the daily. This is the daily, weekly, and all that type of stuff, right? You can adjust it as you like. And on the one for the times, I also have it. Let me see. That's this one. Copy. All right, here you go. You guys can use it. And yeah, give it a crack. I think both should work. Let me know in the chat if they work. If not, then I'll adjust it accordingly. It's selling off further here on the DX on the DXY. On the Nasdaq, we actually swept liquidity in the fair value gap and moving it down lower, which is favorable. It looks like a potential extra short here, guys. I might give this a crack with some of the profits that we made for another trade to the downside, depending on the VIX. And then the VIX could reach back into the daily open. Let's see whether or not I like this. Yeah, I will give it another crack here if they come back up into that 5-minute high or the 5-minute low, and then we use the current hourly high as our stop loss here. We'll be only trading the Nasdaq here right now. Let's see if this wants to happen or not. Make sure to manage your risk, guys, right? I like it because the way on how we're moving to the downside. So if they want to give us this entry, I will take it. The stop will be above the current hourly high if they want to come back up. Break-even point would be after the break of the previous 5-minute low. And we're targeting back around 2-hour return on this trade if this happens. We're expecting them to respect the hourly open and continue lower. For looking at the hourly now, it does look really beneficial. If they break through already, we have to remove the entry. So we'll see if this happens or not. We do not have a bottom wick here on this current 5 when it comes to the VIX. If the VIX really starts pushing, we have to be aware of that. I have an alert set. If they break out all the way, then yeah, it is what it is. Thanks, man. Yeah, no problem, my friends. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if it works for you guys. All right, we're tagged into this position now. Let's see if they want to break lower. We're only risking 55 bucks. So we're not risking a lot of money here. The moment they break through these levels here, we're going to go to break even. Let's see if this occurs, the yes or the no. We'll also tap back into this breaker, as you guys can see here. So we tapped into the breaker here for the current hourly high, which is nice. It also is another added confluence. But let's see, it could just flip all the way higher, you know? It's the open. It's the open. Yeah, it's the open. It's the open of the daily and the open of the weekly and stuff. The ones that are being marked out is the open. Let's see if they wanna go down here. This is a bit more of a risky position, guys, right? So make sure to manage your risk in relationship, because we're trading below the current 6-hour open when it comes to the Nasdaq right now. So make sure to manage your risk. Don't take unnecessary risk here. Just because I just won a trade doesn't mean I win another one. Doesn't work that way, sadly. Would be amazing, but it doesn't work that way. We got 2 more minutes on the current 5. It would be nice if this 5 actually closes down and not up. Same for the VIX here. Do you look at the ducks at all? No, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, look at this. What a move higher, guys. Let's see if they want to respect the monthly open here on the VIX. Our stop is placed at the logical level at the moment. It's the current hourly high. So if they break that, there's a big chance they're going to continue higher. I don't want to raise it higher. It also messes up the risk to reward ratio on our trade. Let's see if the VIX wants to continue pushing higher. Neil, RSA, thank you for subscribing, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Got 150 people watching, 75 likes. Make sure to smash up the like if you enjoy the live streams. That would be highly appreciated. That would be highly appreciated. Oh, good. Thanks. No problem. This indicator only works on the web version of TradingView. It doesn't show up on the desktop version. There's no way, because I'm using the desktop. There's no way, my friend. That shouldn't be the case. I'm using the desktop right now. So it should be working. Let's say you have some issues. You can open the script and just copy the script itself and paste it into the desktop. You need to reopen the desktop version, it says. We got 154 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. Thank you for tuning in. For the guys that just tuned in, we had 2 trades already. We're in a 3rd one now. We hope that this one works out. But right now, it doesn't look favorable at all. But we'll see whether or not it wants to do it for us. We got a new 15-minute opening up here. If this closes bearish in 30 seconds, it would be awesome. I don't think it will, but you never know. You never know. You never really know, do you? Hi, Pro. Vija, India. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see if we can survive. We actually tap back into the extreme here when it comes to the Nasdaq. The last bullish before the down move. We're trading like around the London Open and the 2 o'clock open right now, meaning that we're trying to flip the 8-hour candle, as you guys can see. All right. If they want to flip it higher and stay above, then that's of course really bullish. But we'll see if this is the case or not. We'll see if this is the case or not. If this is a valid high or low and they want to take the high is the big question, of course. That is the big question. We'll see if this is the case. If they want to now break through the current hourly open is the question. We just tapped the current hourly open. As you guys can see here, we're trying to break the hourly down again. Let's see what the VIX is doing here. The VIX is pushing higher, which is beneficial for us. But we need to see them truly break through, right? Like we need to see them break through here and re-break these highs again for us to confirm that the shorts are still valid here, that they're still a valid play. Your country? I'm from Amsterdam, close to Amsterdam, from the Netherlands, Holland. If you don't know what it is, Holland. Yes. All right, let's see. Let's see if this wants to continue to the downside. ES is selling short as well. We didn't tap the 7 o'clock yet for ES. Let's see if they want to do it, yes or no. That would be nice, because then it actually is, there's no SMT here. So let's hope so. We need to break through here for the VIX. And we also need to break through here for the Nasdaq. Let's see. Let's see if they want to do it. We got 160 people watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. If you like the live stream, make sure to smash up the like. It would be highly appreciated. We are breaking through here on the VIX. Let's hope we can also break through here on the Nasdaq. That would be nice. The dollar rising would also benefit us. So let's see if the dollar wants to continue rising higher back to that gap. And let's see what the VIX, let's see. Okay, we never actually touched the open of the ES, which is interesting. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. So the current 15, yeah. We do need to break through here and stay below, for sure, for this to work out. The VIX is still moving higher. It's not stopping. So that's good. That's still beneficial for us. I like this video. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that a lot. It's not a video, though. It's a live stream. We're live. We're chatting with each other. You know how amazing that is, guys. I said it before and I will say it again. I think it's one of the most amazing things there is. The fact that we can chat with each other live on stream. I think it's crazy. I think really think it's crazy, guys. That the fact that we can live stream and chat together with people all over the world. You know how amazing that is, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna mow the grass and work around the house when they don't let me deposit. Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes it's good not to trade, bro. Not trading is also trading. Not trading is also trading. We're breaking higher here on the DXY. AO is gold going bullish. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. We made the right decision taking it out at 2R here. Gold looks like it's going bullish, but we're still bullish here on the DXY, so it's positively correlated, which is not normal most of the times. I like your style. Very slick trading you have there. I appreciate that, my friend. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Maybe the universe wants me to take a break. Yeah, it's good, bro. Take a break, my friend. Take a break. If they don't want to take your money for the deposit, then, you know, well, whatever, you know. It is what it is. All right, we're breaking higher here, it seems like. I'm going to cover myself above this current 1 minute high. So we're reducing our stop by half, basically. I'm going to see if they want to break through or not. Because if they re-break this high, there's a big chance they're going to re-break that high as well. So we're going to just cover ourselves here. It's only 30 bucks, you know, but it's still 30 bucks, guys. It's still money. So let's see whether or not it wants to play here. We are breaking higher on the VIX, but if they stay above and they don't want to break lower on M and Q, we have a divergence between both, right? Meaning that if the VIX actually taps the daily open and starts sinking heavily, there's a big chance that the NQ is going to rise drastically, right? So make sure to manage your risk. You have a trading account. Yeah, I'm trading with Lucid right now, live on stream. I also have a personal account in forex. And yeah. We're trading a Lucid account live. Any chance that go to 28885? That's really low, bro. Yeah, you never know, right? You never know. It might. You never know. It might do it. I don't like to look that far in the future, though. All right, we got taken out here on the position. It is what it is. Let's see what happened here on the VIX. Yeah, the VIX is still rising higher, but the Nasdaq is not following through. If they now took us out and they don't take the current hourly high, that would be a little bit sad. for me to trill it and then it doesn't happen, but I do believe so it's going to happen. Yeah, here you go. We would have been taken out now. So GG's, well played. Good trill here for us. At least we held on to $25. So that's good. That's a good thing. It was the 1 hour order block area. What are you talking about? On what are you talking about? On gold? Account link, send me. I don't know what you're talking about, Tamil. I have no idea what you mean with account link. Let me know what you're talking about, bro. All right, let's wait a little bit, guys. I'm not tempted to take another short here. I'm also definitely not tempted to take a long here as well. So I'm just gonna wait and see. Do you decrease the risk after a winning trade to save the profits? Yeah, for sure. But that's purely now because I normally wouldn't take another trade. I'm live streaming. I saw an opportunity here that presented itself, but I understand that the risk in this trade is way higher than this trade, so I reduced the risk for sure, right? Regardless, right? But I mean, we made 4R, and now we made like, what is it, 3.5R or whatever in total. It's like normally when if I wasn't live streaming, I wouldn't take another trade, you know? I probably wouldn't be here till it actually played out. As in, I was not at the charts at all. Madan, thank you for the subscribe. I really appreciate that. But yeah, when it comes to like, let's say you can have a good entry model. But that's the thing what I explained before. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna get the whiteboard out once again. Give me 1 second. So you have that typical guru approach, right? You have that typical guru approach of people saying you need to have A plus setups, B plus setups, and C plus setups, and blah, blah, blah. I think you just have multiple setups. I don't think that there is an A plus setup or a B plus setup. I think the location of the trade that you're taking is the main reason it's an A plus, C plus, or whatever, right? Meaning that right now, we were trying to trade the 6 o'clock creation, right? So we were trading 6 above 6, right? We had the breakthrough to the downside, and we took our entry for 6, right? For the shorts, meaning that the location that we took it for the candle that we're trading is ideal, meaning as in our stop is located good, we have a good entry point, and anything we're trading below means it's better risk to reward. Now we're trying to enter for 7 o'clock, but we're trading below 6. Right? Meaning that we're trading in the 6 o'clock range. If I enter here and I put my stop above 6, my risk to reward is going to be drastically different. If I enter here and I put my stop above 7, it's good, right? But we're still trading within the 6 o'clock range, meaning that there's a lot of chances that they actually want to wick higher, mess around a bit, do nothing, and then go, right? Meaning that the likelihood of the trade playing out is less. You see what I mean? Like the location is important on where you execute your position. You could have the best entry model in the world, but if you execute it in the middle of the range, where it could go both ways, you could drastically decrease your win ratio, even though the model is good. You see what I mean? So that's the difference basically on how I do it. You see what I mean? So, and now of course, like I said, we took this trade and we took it here. If you were wrong on this position, the likely chance of it being wrong above that high was big. So it's a higher chance of, you could risk more, whatever. We took liquidity, we moved down. But right here, you're in the middle of the range. You see, so we're trading within this current trading range. And we already went back above 50%. So that's already ideal. You had a change of state of delivery, right? You had an order block being created from a fair value gap. So there was enough reasons to enter the trade, but you're still trading within the 6 o'clock candles. So either you have to put your stop here, which is not ideal, right? Because then you have to target all the way down here to make 2R, or you just decrease your risk knowing that the chance of it might playing out is lower. So yeah, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes any sense. You don't know if it's an A+ setup until it plays out. Yeah, but everyone, that's also the thing, right? Everyone calls something an A+ setup after it plays out, and they said it was more C+ setup after it doesn't play out. You know, that's just what we do. We're human beings, we have confirmation bias, right? So whatever the market is doing to us, we're confirming whether or not we're feeling great or bad. Because let's say I was looking for longs here, I could have said, yeah, but the market's looking bad because I got stopped out, whatever, right? But now I could also say I'm a legendary trader because we made 2.5 R return on this trade, and I'm so fantastic, right? And I avoid that stuff. Firstly, because I don't believe I am, and secondly, because it's you're gonna contradict yourself. It's opposite equal force, right? If you're gonna praise yourself too much for the wins that you're making, you're gonna hate yourself too much for the losses that you're making. You have to be indifferent to whatever the market is doing, even though it's really hard, right? But that truly is something you have to, you know, keep in touch with. Because I'm telling you guys, if you get too, like, if you praise yourself too much, and that's why I don't you see there's a lot of other streamers, they say you have to press a W in the chat when you're making a win and whatever, and spam the chat with W's, and they film it whenever they make a win, right? If I set you guys up for that, right, and if we have that feeling, the moment we get a loss, and for example, you are in that position, you're genuinely gonna feel worse because of how you're praising yourself when you win, right? You shouldn't do that at all. Like, trading is trading, guys. We have to lose money to make money, and we lose more than we win, but we still make money, right? Because that's the return on reward type scenario type thing. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does. All right, we're back. Traders having luck on a Trump tweet with 2,000 pips. They start the video with, "This is how professional traders start their analysis." Yeah. Everyone does it, bro. You know, like, it's not hard to make yourself perceive as something special, as someone that knows everything. Yeah, it's not that hard in this space. I just don't want to be someone like that, bro. I don't need to be praised for anything I do, if it's profitable or not or whatever, right? I don't want to be praised for that stuff, because you get the opposite equal force back to you, my friend, right? You get it back to you always. All right, let's see what happens here. So for gold, we sold off. We had our entry. We had a good entry here on gold. They came back to 6 o'clock here, guys, and actually started selling off again, which is nice. Let's see. So 7 o'clock open is right here. This is 7 o'clock open. Let's see what DXY is doing here. DXY is still moving up, but it's not really them saying it's a bit of a tough situation here. Gold does look like it wants to continue lower here at the moment. Do you guys see that? See you later, my friend. I think it's important to celebrate, but at the same time, stay humble. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, it depends on how you celebrate. You know, if you just enjoy the profits that you make and you go out for dinner, for sure, man. Keep encouraging the beliefs, guys. Keep encouraging the beliefs. I think it's important to celebrate. I already read that. It's a common issue on FTMO that the MetaTrader 5 on the mobile keeps freezing now and then. I'm not sure, bro. Professor, my friend. Whoa, that's crazy. Hope you're doing all right, man. Good to see you tune in. What's the logic of the short? Which one? This one? Or on MNQ? I think whenever I ask you guys to press a W in the chat sometimes, but whenever I ask it for you, it's mostly when we manage our risk and we were wrong, meaning that we praise ourselves when we are wrong, but we do something that is good in relationship to the trade. All good, my friend. Thank you, my friend. The recent L trade. Okay, yeah. So the reason for the shorts here is because we swept liquidity for the current hour, right? Traded below the current hour open from the FEG, right? We saw that the VIX was rising. It actually stopped here now. So, but the VIX is the anti-correlations for the Nasdaq. And we saw the VIX was rising, so we expected the Nasdaq to continue the short momentum to the downside. And you can see here that we traded below the hourly open on the Nas. As you can see here, right? So we traded below it, traded back into it, tried to trade the continuation, had our stop at the current hourly high, but trailed it down the moment they didn't want to do it. and it ended up moving against us instead of continue, because the VIX actually held up here. So that's the reason for the trade. Yeah, that's the reason. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, that was the main reason for the entry here. Let's see what happens here now on gold. I don't know if we can get another trade here at this current location. I got in long twice, dropped 30 points to stop me out and continue right from the wrong. All right, so we just tapped the day. Like, I'm so confused with the signals from the thingy, from the alert. But we tapped into the daily open now for the DXY. So if we're starting to fill in the gap, we could definitely see some more downside potential here on gold. Whether or not this wants to continue down is the big question. Because if you look at the higher time frame perspective, let's say we look at 6 now. We just traded back into 6 o'clock, right? But look at 6, right? So we open, we go down, we trade up, we trade back into 6, right? And we're selling it off now, creating a structural shift here, potentially seeking it lower again. But if you look at 6 from the higher time frame perspective, and we'll look at the current day, we're also creating the bottom wick for the potential continuation for these highs, right? So that's why you always have to understand, where am I in the current trading range, right? Is this gonna be the valid low for the continuation higher is the question you gotta ask yourself. You don't know it, of course, but you can use the DXY to contradict that statement. And if we look at the DXY, if we look at the daily time frame, you can see, or the weekly in this instance, that we rated the current week low, right? Right here on the current day. So you look at the chart, you guys see it, right? We rated the current day low, or the current week low for the daily, wicked down, took all the liquidity down, and are V-shaping ourselves back higher, meaning that we could definitely go for here. All right, but we have to see what happens now at this current location for the DXY. Because if the DXY decides to flip from here, right, and move down again, it could just continue the current trend that we're currently seeing here on the hourly, right? But on the higher time frame, we're definitely bullish, but it doesn't mean that we don't want to go down here for the DXY. So we have to be really patient now. It's untradeable right now at this current moment because of where we're located in price. So that's why the location is so important, guys, right? We have to see if we want to continue to break higher for the DXY. If that's not the case, where are we going? If we're going down, this means we could go up from gold for gold at around this level and actually seek back above these highs, right? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the chat if that makes any sense to you. But that's why we have to wait for a bit here. Otherwise, we might be getting chopped up and it might be moving up, down, left, right, and center until the actual cards are being revealed. So yeah. Look who's back. Thomas, can you please explain the difference on the Lucid Flex and Pro account? I think the big difference is the passing rate. I don't really like. I'm new to Lucid, bro. I'm new to Lucid. Let me. I think the big difference is the passing rate. You do have a daily drawdown limit, if I'm right, on the Pro ones. I think the Flex ones are the best, bro. But yeah, just have a consistency when in passing, right? But if you're trading Pros, you can just pass them in one day. So that's the main difference. We got 160 people watching. Make sure to smash up the likes if you guys enjoy the live stream. But does that make any sense to what I'm explaining here to you guys when it comes to where we are located in price and with the idea here? Hey, Dex, thank you for subscribing, bro. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the live streams. But we have to really see what happens here, right? If you on a Pro, you can pass it in one day. Yeah, there's no consistency rule in the passing. You can see it here, right? On the rules right here. So you can see the Lucid Pro. There's no consistency rule, but you do have a daily drawdown limit, right? You can't surpass that one. But on the Flex, you have a 50% drawdown consistency rule, meaning that you need to keep consistency while you're trading. And in the funded rules, you have a 60% of the peak end of the day balance. So you can't go below it, basically, wherever you open 60% of it. And you have a 40% consistency in the Pro, in the funded. And when it comes to this one, you do not have a consistency at all. I think the Flex are the best, to be honest, bro. I think the Flex are the best, my friend. Stock burner, my guy. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Burn them stocks, my friend. Burn them. All right, let's see. So we actually broke way higher here on the NQ. So we made the right decision. Like I mentioned before, you guys remember what I said? If they stagnate here and they start sinking lower drastically on the VIX, NQ could actually rise insanely hard, and that's currently what's happening. So whoever actually took the long on NQ, well played. Congratulations, you caught the bottom wick probably for the 6 hour with a potentially rating back to this high. So if you did that, congratulations, well done. We're not involved, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. There's no way for me to get involved either at the moment. We do have a breaker block being formed here. You could say that this BPR, this balanced price range, is actually flipping into resistance now, or into support, right? So we broke below it, and now we're breaking above it, meaning that once we trade back into it and we get some form of structural shift again, we could potentially look for the longs. So we'll have to see. We're above the open of the day, so then again, I would likely look for shorts more often, but right now we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, whether or not this is something that we could be trading to the upside, depending on what the VIX is going to do here. And otherwise, yeah, we're just going to leave it for now. What's that indicator? Which one? Which one you're talking about? Asher, thank you for the subscription, my friend. I hope you enjoy the live streams. Welcome to the live streams, my guy. Or my girl. Welcome, welcome. Did anyone use FundedNext futures? No, I haven't used them before. I know there's a lot of guys using them, and they say they're all right. So they might be good. They might be good. They might be good. Let's see. We're still selling off lower now, still on gold at the moment. DXY is not really rising. We still have that opening gap above us still for gold, so there is still potential selling pressure here for gold until that is being closed in. But we'll see. Whoever actually longed MNQ here, you're doing an amazing job. Enjoy the money that you're making now. Let's go. Oh, you're in the longs? Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, my guy. Let's see. How much are we up for today? We're still up. We're still up 400 for today, so that's all right. That's nice. On 2 accounts as well, so that's good. We'll see if there's one more setup that presents itself. If not, we're gonna let it be for what it is. I'm still gonna be here for a couple of more hours here, probably an hour and 20 minutes at least. So we're gonna see what happens, whether or not we're gonna get another setup or not. You guys are subscribing like mad. TJR Trades, my guy. Thank you very much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Hope you're doing all right. Let me know where you guys are from. We got 161 people watching in the chat right now. For the guys that never spoke to me before, where are you from? Where are you located? What do you do on a daily basis? Why are you trading? What are your goals? For the guys that want to share it with me, I'm Thomas. I'm 23 years old. I live close to Amsterdam. And I've been trading for over 6 years. Made a lot of money in crypto in the beginning. Lost a lot of money afterwards in trading. Sadly, you know how it goes. And yeah, since then I was attached. I couldn't leave it, right? I've been trading for a long time. Managed to make my first good profitable money when I was in the game for two years at something like that. I made $12,000 in the forex scene on a prop firm account. I blew it on a live account afterwards. I wasn't pretty aware of how emotional it could get. And yeah, I learned a lot along the way, you know? And I've been consistently getting some payouts here and there for the last couple of years, but nowhere near where I want to be. I think there's way more money to be made, but I'm not there yet. So we're doing it together, guys. We're doing it together. Isn't that amazing? Your place is near The Hague? No, I'm close to Amsterdam. Lost my job, learning to trade, try and save myself. I see what you're saying, my friend. I do think that having a job on the side while you're learning how to trade is a really good idea. So consider getting something small, like a couple of hours a week. Byte Forest, hope you're doing all right, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. How to start trading? How to start trading is a good question. There's a lot of free material on YouTube where you can learn a lot of stuff. I think that's the first place you want to be, bro. You can spend a lot of money on a mentor if you feel like it, but you could also just learn for free on YouTube. All the material is there for free. It's just going to be a little bit more picky, right? You have to pick and choose the information, which is a bit harder. But maybe there are some mentors out there that are affordable and are willing to teach you as well. But I think most of the information that you want to look for is already out there for free on the YouTube. Bruno, thank you for subscribing to the channel, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. We got 160 people watching. For the guys that never been here before but do enjoy the live streams, make sure to smash up the like. That would be highly appreciated. We already had 3 trades today, 2 winners, 1 loss. We made a total of, let me calculate. We risked 220. We're up 400. So we missed a total of, we made 4R in total. 4R in total, based on the risk that we made across the trades. We made 2R, 2.5R here, and we made 2R on this trade, and we lost not even 1R. We only risked like 30 bucks in the end on this trade, so it's nothing. Let's see. What concept is very important for successful trading? I don't think any concept is important for successful trading, my friend. I think that you could trade whatever you like and however you like. If you just find something that works for you, you can be profitable. No concept is better than the other. In the end, it's all about the trader who executes the model, bro. So I think the most important thing what you can do is find something that is repeatable. What I do is I look at the charts at certain hours of the day. I don't look at the charts for 24 hours a day because it doesn't benefit me at all, and I don't think it benefits anyone. So take a time section in the day that you think looks favorable, something where volume comes in. I use 6 to 9 o'clock for the New York time. I would avoid New York session stock exchange open, but you seek a certain hour within the day that you see a progress that's happening over and over again. Either it's a 1 hour creation of a candle, something like that, right? And you just start analyzing the market, give yourself some context. You could think about supply and demand, ICT, you could think about a lot of stuff, trend line trading, support and resistance, whatever, and try to just look at the chart for that 1 hour or 2 hours per day and start making trades, right? Either paper trading, whatever, and start analyzing the results that you have, right? Start seeing if you can see a repeatable progress happening over and over again, and avoid trading the entire day. That's my best advice, because the teaching, well, you could look at the charts the entire day, but it's not going to increase the amount of success. It's not going to increase success in trading. Just looking at the charts continuously, it's not increasing success at all. It's actually not benefit at all, because the market's not always favorable. Which strategy do you use? Okay, for the guys that do want to know more about how I trade, let me send you guys a video. I actually made a free video. Let me see. It's unlisted. It's on YouTube, but it's unlisted. So I'll share it with you guys here in the chat. And if you guys want to know more about it, just watch the video. Let me see. So this is the video right here. Time frame synchronization, that's how I trade personally. And let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed the video and if you got something out of it, right? Let me know in the comment section if you got something out of it. But it's right now, it's in the chat. You can look at it in the chat. You can click on the link and you will get directed to the video. I have a sell order from 41.33 on gold. 41.33 on gold. Okay. So you're selling all the way up here, right? Maybe that works. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning for your trade. Maybe that works. I have no idea what the reasoning is for your trade. So this is important, right? I said that there was a potential sell here. Let's see what the DXY is doing. DXY is falling, so we're breaking lower on the DXY from the daily open. That's why it's so majorly important to see where you are located in price, because anything can look good, right? It looks like a perfect sell. Like, genuinely speaking, guys, if you look at the chart right now, if you look at the market, does this look like a good sell? Did it look like a good sell, right? Of course, now it doesn't, but was it looking like a good sell? If you look at the candle structure here, for most guys, OTE, whatever the way you trade, it would look like an amazing setup. But purely because the location of the other comparing asset wasn't favorable, it didn't work out in this instance. Maybe it isn't, right? Let me not say that that's actually the main reason, but it could definitely be a reason to not enter a trade. So yeah, congratulations for the ones that didn't take it. And if you did take it, make sure to secure yourself if you got the option to do so. So we can see that price actually moving higher now. If it comes to the VIX sold off drastically, as you guys can see. So we made the right decision not using our stop loss above this high. As you guys know, it was, like I just explained on the whiteboard, it's not favorable to do that. And we made the right decision. So congratulations, W for that in the chat. We managed our risk really precisely here. Let's have a look what happens here when it comes to the VIX. Is the VIX actually going to continue to the downside if we're going to continue selling off here? It could definitely be that we're going to reach back into, for example, this fair value gap here, or we're going to even reach lower. We're going to reach back into these equal lows to the downside, right? And we're actually going to try and break it now instead of making another wick up. The VOX. So the VOX is the VIX. It's the volatility index. I'll send you an article from Investopedia and you can read all about it. It's right here. So this is the VIX, right? The VIX is simply a page where the VOX is explained. Read through it. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of words. Just read through it and you'll understand completely what the VIX does and why I use it in my technical analysis. Did you long? No, I did not take a long, my friend. I did not take a long. If I took a long, you would have seen it on the chart. I'm not in this long. Haven't you got stopped yet? No. What are you talking about? What do you mean? You're talking about this one? This one is already played out, and this one was stopped out, 45 minutes ago. Yeah, this one already played out, and this one got stopped out 45 minutes ago when we trailed our stop loss in to make sure that we didn't lose a lot of money on it. And this one also played out already. So we also had a trade here for 2R on gold to the downside. So those are already done. I just leave them on the chart so I know what I did for the day. So yeah. For the guys that just tuned into the live stream, by the way, let me know where you guys are from. We got 160 people watching. Where are you guys from? Whoever is in the chat right now, where are you guys from? Let me know in the chat. Let me know where you're from. I would like to know. It would be interesting to know where you guys are from. All right, let's see. So we're moving drastically higher here on MNQ. For the guys that actually took the longs, congratulations. You're doing a great job. We got someone from Iran. We got someone from Afghanistan. Nice to see you guys here. Hope you guys are doing all right. Argentina, Messi, nice. Welcome. Australia, I knew that already. Welcome. Do you have expectations for the data print? No, I don't have any expectations for the news. I don't try to predict news. News is unpredictable. South Africa, welcome, my friend. Hungary, welcome. South Africa, another one. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Do you think gold could go up to 4,200? I don't know. I don't know if that could be the case. It could definitely happen, depending on what the dollar does. But I don't like to predict where price might go to, right? I don't really like to do that. Because if I need to look at, like, I've shown it before, right? But the markets could go up, down, left, right, center, and it does completely change every half an hour, right? So I don't like to predict, technically speaking, where price could go within the next couple of hours from now. I just trade whatever price is presenting to me. When it comes to the fundamental reasoning and stuff like that, I think we have more downside potential. Also depending on the war and stuff. Jetson, welcome to the live stream. So we got someone from India, from Mongolia, Poland, Ethiopia again, Kenya. Nice, you guys we're all over the world, guys. You know how amazing that is. We're live trading, we're having fun together. Mongolia, nice, and we're just I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. We're all over the world, live trading together, looking at the same charts, trying to make something work here. You know how amazing that is, guys. We're like a big family. Ireland, nice. Ashmack, I already knew that. Good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. I spoke to a girl from Ireland once I was on vacation. It was an amazing vacation. King Felix, my guy. King Felix tuning into the stream. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Pakistan, nice. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Pakistan is beautiful, by the way. For the guys that don't know, Pakistan is beautiful. I actually worked with someone from Pakistan. He's a good friend of mine. And you have like the Pakistan mountains, which are amazing, right? Look at this, guys. Pakistan is beautiful. You see that, guys? It's amazing. This is in the North region, right? It's amazing. Morocco, and I hope all the wish for us for the good luck today for his friends. Yeah, good luck, my friend. It's gonna definitely be an interesting battle. That's for sure. King of Banks. I don't know who that is. All right, let's have a look here. So we actually rated back down here. on the 5 into the fair value gap and are moving higher at the moment. Let's see whether or not this is gonna do anything for us. I don't really know how to get involved here at the moment. Looking at the VIX is moving down pretty drastically here. Whether or not this is actually the move to continue down is a question, or they want to actually rate higher again. That's the big question here. We're in the middle of the current day trading range. For the guys that actually took this long, congratulations. You're doing an amazing job right now. It's definitely rising, that's for sure. Woensel, yes. Vincent, hopelijk alles goed gaat. Morocco, oh, let's see. Let's have a look here. Yunu, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Could you please guide us on the market structure and timing? Depending on what you're asking me here. Could you elaborate a little bit further on what you're asking me and what you want me to explain to you? If you want to understand how I look at the market, I have a video made that you could look at if you want to have some free educational content. It's about time frame synchronization. This is how I look at the market. If you want to watch that video, I'll share it with you here. Did you take that short? Yeah, I took both of them. So I made a short to the downside here, and I made a short here. This one didn't play out. It was a small risk on this one, though. And we also took a short here on gold. And I'm up $400 on 2 accounts. So 800 right now. New Jersey, USA. Nice. The USA is in the building as well. That's nice. Good to see you guys here. Good to see you guys here. Let's see what happens here now when it comes to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is rising drastically, guys. If we want to get involved here, we do need to see a massive pullback first. This might happen on the new hour. And then we potentially could look for a short or a long position back from 6 if this happens. But it also depends on what happens in the VIX. If the VIX actually wants to continue rising to the downside or continue falling down, that would be beneficial. But if it actually starts rising, there's a big chance we're going to go the other way. More videos like this, that would be appreciated. This one is great. I'll consider, my friend. I appreciate your response. Let me know. For the guys that are watching the video, let me know how you felt about the video. If you find it educational, if you want more videos, let me know in the chat. I'll definitely consider making a couple of more. Yummy, yes sir, nice. Should be way more though, but we're working towards it. What is the goal for the live stream, guys? Eventually I would like to live stream with 20 accounts with you guys. I have 20 funded accounts and we're just trading them. That would be sick. Wouldn't that be sick? I'm walking away for 20. I understand, my friend. If you're emotionally involved in the charts, make sure to just step away, take a breather, come back later, you know? Don't stay behind the charts. It's not gonna make it better. As we all know. I don't have to tell you that. You already know that. But maybe it's a good idea to step away. Curious, do you not trade the New York Open? No, I don't. I do not trade the New York Open. As you can see, if you have the right market setting, you don't even need to, right? The market open, the problem is with the market open, guys, it's really entertaining, right? Because the market is moving really fast. But any trader, I'm telling you right now, any trader can tell you that it's really unpredictable what the market open does at the beginning of the market, right? It could go flip up, flip down, flip up, flip down. And sure, you can make it work. But how many times do you get mad and you blow up an account after you lose some money? Or you try to get involved again on the same position. You lose $200 because you're sizing in with 1 micro or 2 micros and the market just moves drastically. You size in again, you're down 400, you do it again, you're down 600, you're already down almost like 50% of your account balance, right? Mongol, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Can we take a position with you? Tell us please about how to use your signal. I'm not going to tell you anything about how to use my signal, my friend. You should just trade whenever you feel like trading. But yeah, I took these 2 trades live, and whenever I take a trade, I for sure mention that I'm in a position. But I don't think you should listen to me purely because you want signals, my friend. I don't think that's the right mindset to be in, my guy. Goedemorgen, Clayton. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream once again. Hope you're doing all right. We got 164 people watching. For the guys that truly appreciate the live streams, make sure to smash up the like. Would be highly appreciated. Watching live from Uganda. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Let me take a sip of water. Give you guys some ASMR while I'm drinking my water. Let's have a look here. We got a new hourly coming in 4 minutes from now. We do have to be really close to see what happens here. So we're trading below 6 now. Do we want to trade back into 6 o'clock open and actually continue the downtrend? This is the big question now, right? It does look like it's selling off at the moment. It does look like it. So if this wants to continue lower, we could look for potential longs here on the NES, assuming that this is the 6 o'clock low that they just put in here on the weekly open, and they actually want to start rating higher, and they want to go back into that gap that we have located here above on the 6 o'clock. So we have a gap here on 6, and we could potentially trade it back into this gap, right, to the upside. So let's see if this is the case or not. And then we would have to look for any trade below right here somewhere to the downside. That's water. Yes, that's water. From far away, Indonesia. Welcome, my friend. That's amazing. Welcome that you're tuning in from Indonesia. I actually might consider going to Indonesia for 2 months. It also depends on whatever happens with the live streams. But I might consider going to Bali for 2 months in September. And go away and completely isolate myself from society in the middle of the sea in a beautiful island, guys. But who knows? We'll see. It really depends on the live streams. Because if the live streams pick up like this, and you guys are, you enjoy the live streams, I might just stay here for a little while longer and then just go for another time, I need to make sure that if I go, everything is set up, of course. I have a good laptop. I have everything with me so I can continue live streaming. Because I'm not going to take everything with me. You guys, for the guys that don't know, I'll show you guys my setup. So you have a little bit of an understanding of what my workspace looks like. This is my current workspace, guys. For the guys that are wondering. So I have 4 big screens, right? With a massive PC on the left-hand side. And I'm completely isolated with screens, right? So if I would go to an island or something like that, I would just take a laptop with me with 2 monitors, and we do it that way. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. We got 160 people watching still. Make sure to smash up the like, guys. And if you really truly appreciate the live streams and you like the live streams and you know someone else that might like them, share them to them. Share the live stream. Help me grow out the channel. That would be highly appreciated. And we can start our own little trading society in the future. Do some giveaways and stuff like that. I would be sick to move towards that. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know in the chat. Press a 1 in the chat if you think that is going to be something special, guys. If we're going to keep working at it together. Let's see. What's happening here. All right, we got a new hourly open in 2 minutes from now. Let's wait and see what happens here. Hey, tell me, how you doing, my G? I'm doing good, Morten. How are you, my friend? Good to see you tuning in again. Or Martin, I'm saying. Martin, I'm sorry. Morten and Martin. There's a Morten in the chat. There's a Martin in the chat. You're growing pretty rapidly. I think you were at 200 at the start of the week. You mean subscribers? Or I think we were at like 400 or something like that. It's crazy. We're growing insanely hard, guys. I don't even know. We're growing insanely hard. It's amazing. I truly appreciate every single one of you that actually keeps in and tunes in and doesn't leave. You guys are amazing. You guys are fantastic. All right, let's have a look. We have a new hourly open here within 50 seconds from now. The VIX is still selling off, so that's good for the buys here for the Nasdaq. We're actually trading up here on gold. We're selling down here on DXY at the moment. I'm questioning whether or not this is legit going to be the high. I feel like there's still potential for the flip here. So I might stay away from gold at the moment. Because I think this might still wants to go lower. I'm just going to look and see what happens here. Because we left 3 triple highs here. Which is interesting. Which is really interesting. It feels like it might be a manipulation down to go higher again. So we're gonna have a close look to see what happens here. Having a position since the morning, waiting to let it play out, but probably it will happen after the New York Open? All right, let's see. I hope it for you, bro. What are you currently trading? You're in the long, you're in the short. What are you in? Let me know. Let me know what you're doing. All right, we just opened the new hourly open here. Let's have a look here. We're trading it up a little bit, but yeah, let's have a see. Let's have a see what happens here, guys. Let's have a see what happens here. It's a big hourly closure, that's for sure. That's not, there's no lie about that. It's a pretty big hourly closure here. Where will we happen after the data print? Any expectations? No, I don't predict the news, my friend. I do not predict the news. I don't do that because the news is something you can't predict. There's no reason to predict it. So I'm not going to do it as well. Because I've been asked this question a couple of times now on the stream. And I can assure you guys, the moment you start or you stop trying to predict what's going to happen next, there's no problem with anticipating what price is going to do. But you have to trade the move instead of just the anticipation of the move, right? So you have to wait for the move to occur. And the more you anticipate, the more you're trying to predict what the price is going to do, the more likely you get into setups which you shouldn't be in, right? So you have to avoid that because otherwise you're just gonna, you're gonna burn yourself over and over and over again. And it's not beneficial, you know, it's not beneficial. Gonna cost you a lot of money, guys. Long and MNQ from 29,500. Ooh, you caught it at the bottom. Oh, you caught it since the morning already. I see you. You were in since the morning. I like. Yeah, we have unemployment claims in 30 minutes from now. You're completely right. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for keeping me in the loop, my friend. I truly appreciate that, for keeping me in the loop. I'm actually looking for price to come down a little bit to see whether or not we're going to respect this area and then move higher. I don't want to see it move higher from here because where would I put my stop loss, guys? There's no way for me to get into this position. So yeah, we have to wait for that, see if that actually occurs or not. When it comes to the DXY, we're still selling lower. So there's a likely chance that gold is going to continue rising for a little bit. When it comes to gold, a rate below 6, for example, back into this fair value gap, a rate below 6 would be a potential long entry, depending on what happens, right? So you could be looking for something like this. And then we could use the hourly low as our stop, and we have 6 as protection, because if they break through 6 and then break the low, there's a big chance they're going to go for the lows. So something like that is what we could be waiting for. And it's the same scenario here for MNQ, right? Waiting for price to really come down, come back to the PPR, seek if they want to re-gather some fair value, and then actually move higher. And then we would look for the longs again. In anticipation of the fact that we already created the bottom wick for 12 here, right? On the pullback. So you had the 12 o'clock, like I mentioned before, like I mentioned this on the whiteboard just now. You have the high, you have the low, right? The previous 12-hour candle, and they traded lower into the weekly open, right? And now they're displacing higher, breaking above 6, meaning that this could be the valid bottom wick of the 6 o'clock candle. I still don't want to enter in the top of the current 12-hour candle because the likelihood of it continuing is lower. I would like to see a pullback first, then I want to see a continuation, right? Because then I know that it's going to be supported. They can't break through 6 and they want to go higher. Does that make sense? Press a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. But that's what we're looking for here now, right? So we could say that the bottom wick for 6 or for 12, the 12 o'clock candle is now valid, right? It's put in. They actually traded it up again. And the liquidity would be for us above the previous 12-hour high, right? And we don't want to enter it here because we can't put our stop anywhere and the risk-to-reward ratio is not beneficial, but we could enter lower. So now we're just going to wait and see if this actually wants to play out or not. And then we use the VIX to confirm whether or not this makes sense. And at this current moment, it doesn't. Why? Because if we're looking at the current trading range, right? If we're looking at the current day high and the current day low, we're trading way lower than 50% even, right? So we want price to actually come back higher again, meaning that price for the MNQ is going to go lower. And if they then start selling it off again, they confirm that this is a strong high, right? That this high actually confirms. And this is a good change of state of delivery if you guys want to use those terms. And we're going to create a break of structure. And we're going to go lower and take out the equal lows, right? So there's a lot of ideologies. There's a lot of way for me to explain to you what I think could happen. But nothing makes sense until it happens, right? Do have video or text about relation of the dollar index and the gold Nasdaq future. I appreciate your favor on us. Yeah, well, you could look at Correlations, Investopedia. There you go. So this is an article about correlations, but you will have a bit of an understanding here. I'm actually creating a PDF for you guys where I explain how I look at the charts, right? So you can get this for free in the future once it's finished. And I'm also talking about the Euro USD and Gold USD, explaining on how it works, right? So once this is completely finished, you'll get you can get a free PDF and actually use that to, you know, understand what I mean when it comes to correlations. And sure, make sure to always do your research, right? Whatever I'm saying to you, don't just take it for granted. Don't just think that whatever I'm saying is the right deal. Just make sure you do your own research. But over my years of experience, this is what I've learned and what I use, right? This is what I've learned and what I'm using right now. So we're selling off a little bit here on MNQ. Let's see what happens when we come back to 6 o'clock. The DXY is rising again, which is interesting. I think gold is out of the picture right now. I think gold is not going to be favorable for us. I think gold actually has potential to go lower again. We'll see. We'll see what happens here on gold, whether or not this is the case. We actually swept the current 6-hour high, the one that we had the equal highs, right, without actually a valid top wick here. We actually swept those, which is interesting. Let's see what happens. If I wanted to look for shorts on gold, I would have to look for them to first break the low that actually took the high right here. So we have to wait for a bit. I can't take this as of yet on gold. Let's see what happens here, though. We got 25 more minutes until the news actually plays out. And we're going to wait and stick around and see what happens. We're going to wait and stick around and see what happens. Until then, we're not going to take any positions. Guys, drop a W in the chat. We have 137 likes with 162 people that are watching. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You guys are amazing. I mean, we almost have as much likes as people that are watching. You know how amazing that is, guys? That means that you guys truly appreciate the streams, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Can you make a technical analysis based on BTC? You want to know what BTC does? Okay. Let's have a look at BTC. Let's have a look here on the daily. Yeah, for BTC, it's really simply for me. I still think that BTC wants to go lower. I don't think it wants to rise. I don't think we're there yet. It doesn't mean that we don't want to go and seek back higher into here to continue lower again. But at this current rate for BTC, I would just avoid it after all. We are at a level at a BPR right now. So if it finds support here and breaks this high, that's like a really strong indication it might wants to keep rising. But BTC, you need to understand with BTC, there's also a lot of emotional speculation going on, right? So if the masses, so the people that are all investors, start selling BTC, it actually fuels the short, right? That's what they call short squeeze. So people can then buy up the selling people, right? Let's say there's a lot of people that want to sell their BTC. People can then buy that up and continue to move lower. You see what I mean? So you have to keep that in mind here. Unemployment claims are an orange folder. News, Trump tweets are now a red folder. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right, my friend. You're completely right. Okay, so we're moving higher here on the Nasdaq. We never actually came back down to the level I was interested in, but we're gonna see whether or not it's gonna come to our level, or they're gonna just continue to rise. If that's the case, it is what it is. Gold went up like a rocket. Oh yeah, I see it. Look at that. They actually touched 6 o'clock again, and now they're rising like a crazy guy. The DXY is selling off insanely hard here. Interesting. So we're leaving the triple tops here on the DXY. I did not expect that, to be honest. We're selling it off pretty drastically here. What a rocket move to the upside. What a rocket move to the upside. All right. So that's what I mean, right? Anything, 1 5-minute candle can change the entire outlook of the market. Isn't that insane, guys? Isn't that insane? Locked in. W, nice, Morton. Well played. You're in a long position. You took a long position on MQ, on MNQ, or what did you do? I'm in short on gold. Okay, yeah, that's tough. You got taken out, I guess. It is what it is, though. Part of the game. This was a really drastic move. If you look at the dollar as well, you had a big push to the downside, which is interesting. Again, shorting from 44133. All right, my friend. Make sure to manage your risk correctly. Make sure to manage your risk correctly. You might still be right here on the shorts. We'll have to see what happens. Oh, I'm changing the wrong one. You might still be right here on the shorts. Got 165 people watching, 146 likes. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. Almost more likes than watchers. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? All right, let's see what happens here, though. So we keep rising here on the Nasdaq. We have a bearish divergence as of now, almost playing out when it comes to MNQ and ES. If they take this high on MNQ and they don't do it on ES, we do have a massive bearish divergence, which is interesting. When it comes to the DXY is selling through really rapidly here, or flipping through 6 o'clock. We do not have a top wick on the current hour, which I find interesting. I don't know what to say about that. We still have 15 minutes left on the hour, so it could still come all the way back up, meaning that shorts on the gold could still play out here, if this is the case, right? And they actually want to sell it off after taking this high, sweeping liquidity and going lower. We'll see whether or not this is the case or not. I'm not going to just randomly enter it now at this current moment, because I need some data for that to be confirming. When it comes to MNQ is just rising. It never came back to my level of interest for the longs. I couldn't long it here. We were on the top. Like I explained it before, right? It's a really, you could say I could trade it on the lower time frame, and I could try to trade the hourly creation here on the lower time frame. This could have been a potential setup, you know, that I would look for. Then you have like the 8-hour open. You have a sweep of the lows right here, right? This is your 8 o'clock open. Meaning that this turns into a breaker block. And this is your unicorn model for the ICT traders. This would be a unicorn model right here, right? So this means that if they come back down here in the next 15 minutes, you would be looking for something like this, for example, right? We just stop below this hour, and you would then look for the highs to be taken, and you could target a 1 to 2 hour return. But the reason why I wouldn't do something like this is because of the location that we're in, right? We're way too high up in price for me to take this. I would have to put my stop below the current hourly low, but the hour could still switch down. We still have too much time left also on the hour, and then continue and flip it all the way back up again. I mean, we still have 15 minutes left, 50, right? So you also need to understand, okay, what time am I in right now? What are you trading? You're trading the hourly candle. It could definitely be that this is going to rise from here, right? I just don't want to take the risk. I don't think the risk is favorable for this instance. We're going to see if this would have played out or not. We'll see if it's going to play out or not. Better are to enter along here, yeah. Yeah, well, it's just too high up, right? If you wanna take 2R return, which is favorable, which is good, or just too high up in the range, you know, you need to target way too far ahead with the stop loss that you need to make here, because you want, guys, it's really important that you put your stop at like logical places. If we put the stop below the current hourly low, it's logical, because if they break that the current hourly low, you're wrong entirely, because they switch the delivery of the candle. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, drop a W in the chat or whatever. But because they changed the delivery, they're breaking out of the current candle against you, meaning you're wrong, right? If I then put my stop loss, let's say I put it all the way down here, it's gonna be really tough. You have to stay in the trade way longer. Some people do that, you know, they enter here and they put the stop here, and then it comes back all the way. I don't want to trade that way. It's too much mental stress for me. So I'd rather see them take the low again, give me a favorable entry down here, and then use it, because I know that if I enter down here and I put my stop below that low, current hourly low, for example, and I trade it back up, I can trade it to the current hourly high or to the current hourly open, and I already make 2.5 hour return. You see? So that's the whole difference here. That's how we trade. That's time frame synchronization here, guys, right? So for the guys that really want to watch the video that I've made for free, I think it's a favorable video. I truly believe so. Let me know in the chat for the guys that watched it. Do you think it's a good video? For the guys that already watched it. But it's a free video. I have it for you guys right here in the chat. You can watch it, and let me know in the comments section whether or not you like the video, right? So it's this video we're talking about. Let me know in the comment section. You guys already gave me some insight, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, for the guys that have watched it, let me know if it's a good video or not. Manipulation happening right now. Dollar down. Now after the news, it will go up. crazy. That's why we sell gold. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, bro. You might be right. You might be right. I don't want to predict it, though. I don't want to predict the news, personally. I don't want to predict the news. But it could definitely be the case that you just have a sweep of liquidity now and that you're going to have a V-shaped recovery back down to 6 and then continue its trend to the downside. You might be completely right, my friend. You might be completely right. Off-topic question, but anyone know if it's possible to add shortcuts on TradingView for your indicators, like pressing K will turn on and off indicator? I'm not sure. I think there is key bindings that you can use. Maybe just ask our best friend AI whether or not it's possible. In Nas, 100 longs since early morning. Nice, well played. Yeah, we shorted the Nasdaq twice, made some profits here. We lost only $30 on this trade, so that's not, yeah, it's still a trade. Still a trade, but we managed our risk really precisely here. You can save indicator templates. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I think he just wants to turn one off and off. But I think you can just turn it on like this, right? You just do this. It's not that big of a deal, I think. Where should I protect, you think? Well, it depends. You know, you got news coming out here in just 15 minutes from now. Maybe considering protecting yourself is not a bad idea after all, right? Where you should protect yourself, I think you should just protect yourself based on your RR. So let's say you're targeting 3R and you could put your stop logically at like 1R return on the trade. You're at least making some money over the trade that you make. Or you put it at break even and you accept either you make money or you don't make money. You're not losing money at least, right? So that's a favorable thing. We got 155 likes. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, we only got 10 people that didn't like yet. Come on, guys. Yeah, there's 155 other people that did it. You can do it too. Put yourself in your moo. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for enjoying the live stream and subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Do you remember when I told you what do you think about buying at 49.2? Yeah, I do remember that. We never went there though. At least not for me. We never went there. Maybe you're looking at spot price, but I'm looking at the futures price, right? So it's different for me. But it never went there for me. But if you're still looking to buy there, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the news does. It might actually happen. You know, you never know. You never know, my friend. It might actually happen. It might actually happen. We have a massive closure to the downside here on gold. For the people that bought gold here are probably getting annihilated right now. Whoever tried to buy into this move is feeling it right now. It's feeling it in his socks. That's for sure. All right, let's have a look here on the 5 minute. So yeah, let's see what happened. We would have been probably tagged in now on this position. For the ones that want to know what happens here, what I just explained about having the correct entry model at the correct location of price. We're going to see whether or not it made any difference on this position. Let's see though. So this was the breaker we were talking about. You had the short, you had the sweep of liquidity down here, right? The sweep of liquidity with the structural shift higher, and you had the fair value gap. So this is your unicorn model, right? And we're going to see whether or not this actually would have played out. With the stop below this low. I'm not taking this trade because I don't think from location standpoint it's the right location to take the position. So that's why we're not in. Whether or not it actually works out is the big question. But we're not in this position, guys, just so you know. I just want to know whatever happens here. I just want to know whatever happens. We got 165 likes and 160 viewers. Guys, drop for the guys that are watching actively, drop a W in the chat. We got more likes than viewers. Is that not amazing? You guys, I truly appreciate every single one of you. I really appreciate it for the likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if this actually wants to play out or not. I just explained it, right? About the fact that we're in the top of the current range. So whether or not this is actually a favorable position, I would say it's a higher risk position. Doesn't mean it can't play out, right? But do I want to put on the money that I just made for this trade? No, not necessarily, no. So we're going to wait and see. If this wants to play out, we would have to reach all the way up to 750s for it to make sense even. So let's see. Morton, thank you, my friend, for the W. Electric, thank you, my friend, for the W. You guys are legends. Let's have a look here, though. Gold sunk all the way down again. So whoever sold it here at the top in the chat, Congratulations, you're in a nice position at the moment. So we can see that the dollar is still selling off. But it's interesting, like I mentioned before, we still have these triple tops to the upside with the fair value, with the opening gap. Are they going to fill it in? Is the question we're asking ourselves now, right? Are they going to fill it in? That's the question. All right, so we can see that we're actually buying up here now from the fair value gap setup. If the actual initial job claims drop below 218 forecast, gold prices will likely go down. Lower than expected claims signal strong U.S. labor market. Yeah, let's see, bro. I'm looking. So yeah, something you also have to understand, my friend. If when it comes to the news, I'm gonna give you a little insight here. So you see that the previous was 215, right? And the forecast is 218. And they say here on the news that if it's actually less than forecast, it's good for the currency, right? But let's say it's 217. It might be less than the forecast, but it's still higher than the actual previous, meaning that it's still in this instance not good for the currency. You see what I mean? So you have to also remind yourself what the previous was, because the previous has influence on whatever the current is going to be, right? Something you could look into, because that's sometimes how people get tricked into believing that it actually should be bullish, but it's actually negative for the currency. It's something good to look into. All right, let's see what actually happens here for the Nasdaq. If they want to continue rising higher or not. We would have had this trade on, but we didn't because of the location, right? So we would have been in from here with a 2-hour return back to 760. We're going to see if this would have played out, yes or no. If we wanted to go to break even, it would be around this high. But we're not in, right? We're not in. That's why we wait. Yeah, 100%, bro. We always wait. We don't try to predict the news because there's no reason to do so. We can trade the aftermath of the news and we can trade before the news. I mean, that's why it's like a lot of people, they want to trade the New York session open so bad and they want to trade the news event so bad because they feel like they can't catch good trades outside of them. But you just have to get in on the right position at the right time, at the right location of price. Like I mentioned before, if you watch that video that I sent about time frame synchronization, look at this. We made 2.5-hour return while the market's not moving drastically at all, right? Okay, we lost one trade as well. And we made another 2-hour return while the market is not moving drastically at all. But we just entered at the right time with the right understanding of the market structure. And we played the odds in our favor. I'm not saying this is going to happen always, right? I told you before, I'm not a legendary trader. I'm not some special guru. I do not have a special nugget at all. I wish I had one, but I don't have it. So yeah, like just do you, but do it at the right location. All right, we're selling off pretty drastically here on gold. Just hit my phone. It's still alive, It's barely breathing, but still alive. For the guys that want to follow me, by the way, on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I will be starting to become more active on Instagram soon. This is my Instagram page, Thomas Jacoba. I only have 110 followers. I'm not special. I don't have a lot of followers here. It would be nice, but I don't. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, once I start becoming more active, I will do giveaways and stuff on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for pain. That's from 50 cents, my guy. 50 cents. It's a really good line. It's a really good line. And I believe it truly, right? Nothing is special without the opposite equal force of it being negative. All right, so we're breaking out higher for the guys that actually are in this position. We're not in. Congratulations. It's definitely moving in your favor right now. We'll see whether or not it's going to play out. We'll see whether or not it's going to play out. We didn't take it, that's for sure. We just swept the previous day high. What's the VIX doing? The VIX is still down below. It never actually came back up. Let's say the VIX actually came back up. It would have been a bit more understandable position. But it didn't, which is okay. It's not a problem. A lot of drawings on the chart. Let's remove this for a second. And let's keep a look at the higher time frame perspective. Let's see, we're breaking out pretty drastically here on the NQ. Gold is selling off really heavily. We got 5 more minutes before the news. 5 more minutes. We got 170 likes. I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. If you want to join the guys that like the stream, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done it before. I have a little pop-up I could, say thank you for subscribing. I'm happy it still works. If we're looking at the 5-minute time frame, gold swept the London high and is moving down, leaving everyone on the sidelines. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we have news, though, in 5 minutes that could change everything, right? It's only an orange folder, but we'll see whether or not it's going to do something. We got the unemployment claims coming out in 5 minutes from now. It used to be a red folder, but no longer. And no longer is important enough. It's no longer important enough. So we have a orange folder coming out here in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. And then we have an FOMC meeting going on. We have existing home sales. These used to be good as well. And now they're a yellow folder. These used to be orange, if I'm correct. So all the news events are less and less important because of because of the news that we get by Donald Trump. All right, here you go. So Trump says that Iran reached out seeking a new agreement. This should be negative for oil. It should be really negative for oil, but it doesn't seem like okay. It did actually react negatively for it. It was 7 hours ago. Yeah. Okay, it did react actually negative. But right now it's still moving higher though. Let's see. It really depends on what Trump is going to say here, guys. For the guys that don't understand the correlations, like the geopolitical correlation between the dollar and gold and stuff like that and oil, it's all about scarcity in this instance, right? Let's say Trump actually says, Iran, we're not going to work with you anymore, and oil is becoming less and less easily gettable for the other big countries. It's bullish for the oil, right? As in, it's scarce, so price is going higher. There's trembling going around it, and people can't buy it that easily or get a hold of it easily. And this means it's going to be negative for a lot of people. Are going to be negative on gold and actually bullish then on the oil, right? So that's how it works, guys, right? It's a scarcity type situation. And what Trump is doing is really interesting because he actually invaded Venezuela before he moved in on Iran, securing one of the richest oil reservoirs in the entire world. And now he's closing down the Strait of Hormuz. What tells you guys? What is this telling you? I'm asking you, right? For me, I think it's a move on the chessboard, trying to make all the other countries rely on America. And yet again, make America one of the greatest powers in the world right now by doing so, right? So, yeah, it's an interesting move on the chessboards, that's for sure. It's an interesting move on the chessboard. So for the guys that actually took this trade, congratulations. We didn't take it because of the location of price. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely moving in your favor right now. There's nothing else to say about that. There's nothing else to say about that. It's definitely moving in your favor for the ones that are taking it. We didn't take it, though. We didn't take it. I gave you the understanding of why I didn't take it. Do I feel regret now? Is the question you could ask yourself. And the simple answer is no. I could have taken it with less risk, right? Like I did with this short as well. Maybe we should have done that. Took it with a little bit less risk and accepted it was like a less higher likely setup to play out. We could have done something like that, but we didn't, and that's okay. But for the guys that actually took it, congratulations. Well played. Let's see what happens here, though. We're back at 6 o'clock. We've got the news coming out in 2 minutes from now. Make sure to manage your risk correctly. If you are in any positions, make sure if you can secure yourself. And please do not try to predict the news. Make sure you don't make the foolish mistake of trying to predict it, because it could hurt you really badly. We just swept the previous 12-hour high here. So that's something we were looking for in the early morning to happen for the short play. So let's see what happens here now, because we're looking at the VIX. The VIX is at a location it actually could go rising again, right? So if it starts rising again, this means we could look for potential shorts once they actually break through this low and create a breaker to the downside right here, right? So that's interesting. We got the news coming out in 30 seconds from now. Let's have a look what happens here, because this is interesting. Wait, I'll keep this on here for sake of it for now. But I'm definitely marking this one out so I understand that this could be a breaker area if they break through it, right? If they break through it. We're going to see what happens here. We got 20 seconds left for the news. What is gold doing? Gold is still playing around a 6 o'clock open. Oil is rising up at the moment. Let's see if that actually wants to continue. The VIX is staying stagnant at the moment. It's not moving anywhere. So that's interesting as well. And when it comes to the dollar is looking like it wants to potentially rise and go back for those highs. We got 2 seconds for the news, and news came out. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. The dollar is moving down slowly. Is it negative or bullish for the dollar? The news is not done yet. Let's have a look. Gold is rising at the moment. And it's the same. It's the same, guys. Nothing changed. Nothing has changed. So this is, you could say this is positive, right? This is positive. In both instances, it just stagnates. It's just normal, right? It stays at 215. So it's less than the forecast. So that's bullish for the dollar. But it's still the same. So it's also not great in this instance. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. It's not major. It's not major news at all. It's nothing. The world isn't falling apart, at least, right? That's what we're currently seeing here. The dollar is not doing anything at the moment. Let's see. I give a win for this one. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. 100%. 100%. Yes, sir. I want to make a strategy for gold in the Asia and London session. Monthly high and low 50%. Weekly high and low. Daily 50% high and low. 4 hour high and low. Trend line. Support and resistance. Please advise to complete for me. Yeah, I don't really know what you're asking me here, bro. I think you already know what you have to do, but I don't think you have to overcomplicate it, my friend. You just have to look at a certain hour per day or a certain period of the day where you're looking for trades, and that's it. You know, and you look for that specific model that you are trying to explain to me, and that's what you do, you know? And that's what you're trying to execute on. And don't try to trade every single candle because it doesn't work that way. It's just, it would be amazing, but you need to understand trading is I put risk on to take risk out perspective type business, right? Meaning as in you need to put money on to make money. And the only way for you to lose money is when you put money on, right? So the more money you put on every single time you're trading is for you a chance to lose money. That's just simply how it works. Okay, for the guys that actually took this long, this should have been played out now. So whoever took it here from the unicorn model, you should be up to R. Yeah, so well played for the guys that took this. I didn't take it, but well played for the ones that took this. That's a nice trade. It's a nice trade, of course. Easy to say after it plays out. Easy to say after it plays out. But it's definitely playing out at the moment, that's for sure. And we're selling off drastically on the VIX, so we're selling even lower. This was a level for me that I could say, okay, the VIX might want to continue higher here from this fair value gap. But it doesn't happen, right? We see that we're actually selling lower. We're going for these equal lows, it seems, on the VIX, meaning that we're going to keep rising here on MNQ. If there was a way to get in, it would have been here, right? And we did not get involved, so there's no way to get involved now. That's for sure. We wanted to get involved lower. That didn't occur. So this was the only potential entry for the long continuation play. It is what it is. Let's see what we're doing here on gold. Gold's not doing anything at all. Gold is not doing anything at all. For the ones that are still actively watching, press a 1 in the chat. I would like to know who's still actively watching. You guys are legends, though. I truly appreciate it that you guys are still here after 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's insane. We got another subscriber, Junior. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Hope you're doing all right. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you're trading, what you're looking for. If you're looking for long, shorts, let me know. Let me know. You guys are still here. You guys are legends. I truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. Is any of you guys in this long setup or in a long setup after all on MNQ? If you are, you're doing an amazing job. You're making good money. Make sure to protect yourself along the way. Secure some money. You know, you never go broke taking some money out of the market. That's for sure. That's something that is that's not a lie. That's true. I'm in the Nest 100. Well played. Good. Congratulations. I like that. Making your money. That's what it's all about. All right. So we're moving slowly higher again on the dollar here. Let's see if we actually want to move lower for gold. It's not looking too favorable though for any entry at the moment. Gotta be honest with you. It's looking a little bit iffy. Do you also make streams in the Asia session? No, I do not. Do you... brother, I fell asleep. Oh, good morning. Welcome back. I missed $200 in profit because I forgot I had a limit order sitting there. Now I'm in a short at 29,756. Is that a good, you think? Honest opinion, I wouldn't short it, no, personally. But you have to have your own thesis here, right? But I wouldn't short it now purely based on how the VIX is moving. I think the VIX wants to go back for these equal lows. But it could definitely respect it, right? So you have to just follow your own thesis and do whatever your plan tells you to do. But I was looking for longs to continue to move higher. We didn't take them, but there was an entry from here that was potentially good. Looking at it now, it looks fantastic, right? But at the moment of the execution, it wasn't looking too favorable yet. I wanted to look for a little bit lower. But no, I wouldn't stay in personally. I put a sell limit at 29,886. 29,886. Oh, you're looking way up here. Yeah, I see. Yeah, let's see what happens. If they sweep the lows here on the VIX, they sweep the lows here down, and then they want to move higher. I mean, why not, you know? Why not? It could definitely do something like that. Are you affiliated with prop firms? And if so, are there any specials running? Do you want to support me by using my code? I don't have one though, but if that's the case, I truly appreciate that for even thinking about that, bro. You're a legend for even asking. I do appreciate that a lot, but no, I'm not a affiliate with any prop firm at the moment. If there's any specials running, I don't know personally. But yeah, no, I'm not affiliated. But if that's actually the reason, and you're asking me about that, I think you are amazing, bro. That's actually really really kind of you, my friend. But no, I'm not affiliated with any prop firm at the moment. Who knows what the future holds, though? I might have an affiliate link with any prop in the future. But I'm like I told you guys before, I don't really shout any firms out unless I think they're really truly something that is good for the trader as well, right? So yeah, at the moment, no. I'm using Lucid, by the way, at the moment. I never got paid out with Lucid before, but I did get payouts with Topstep. I got paid out with my futures, with my funded futures. I got paid out with Top 1 futures, and that's it, I think. Yeah, I got also paid out on the forex side, but that's it. So those are the ones that I got paid out on. I never got paid out on Lucid, but Lucid should be good. So yeah. Did you get a payout with Tradeify? I never traded with Tradeify before. So I have no idea how they are, right? But I might in the future, you never know. But once I want to have some more accounts and we're trading multiple accounts live, I might consider, also trading with those firms, but I never traded with them before. I also never traded with Alpha Futures before. Did you withdraw from Capital Flow Trading? No, I've never heard of them before, bro. Pau Rodriguez, welcome to the live stream. Gonzalez, you got a nice name there, bro. Welcome. Let me be clear. I watch live streams a lot just for the fun. But you're way better than others because they just cause chaos and loss for themselves, and others you actually wait. That's the game. Hey, Maddie, I really appreciate that, bro. I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I think traders all go through the losing streaks or the mental loss. And there's a lot of pressure being put on, or some might put pressure on themselves when they're live streaming, And I also had that sometimes, I also have that sometimes that I take trades just to take trades for the live stream and stuff. But I don't want to say that I'm better than anyone else, bro. I don't think that's true, Anyone who puts themselves in a position live streaming and trading, I have respect for it. I think it's really tough, So, yeah. What account would you recommend, 25K or 50K? Definitely a 50K if you want to choose between both. The drawdown limit when it comes to you need to look at it from this perspective. It's like, how much money do I buy back with the amount that I spent? Because you're not getting 50K in capital, right? You're getting 2,000 in drawdown. But if you're buying a 25K account, you get 1,250 in drawdown most of the times, or $1,000 in drawdown. And let's say the 50K costs you $100, the 25K costs you $75. You're buying 1,000 more for just $25. You see what I mean? So I think personally that a 50K is more beneficial for the drawdown that you're getting back. And you can also buy 150K, depending on the cost, of course. But yeah, if it's a monthly subscription, I don't know if you want to have $150 per month subscription, you know? So just look at how much money it's costing you and how much drawdown you get back, and just use the drawdown correctly, you know? Watch out, gold is pushing. Yeah, I'm not in the trade, bro. I'm not in the trade. That's interesting though, because dollar and gold are both rising, which is interesting. Oil's also rising. So it's an interesting move here. It's anti-correlated right now, so I'm not going to trade anything at the moment. I think the only long position we could have had for the Nasdaq continuation with the VIX selling off would have been here, right? The one that we actually marked out and talked about. Would have I taken... maybe we should have taken it with a little bit less risk, right? Like we did here. Like I mentioned before, this would have been a potential entry because the structure looked really good when it comes to like the whole systematic approach that we have. But we didn't, right? So we have no trades at the moment, and I can't enter any positions at this current level, right? That's impossible for me. I don't want to name some, but someone just lost 87k on gold for the ego he or she couldn't control. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's really tough. That's tough for the person in question, man. You don't have to put any names in the chat, bro. I don't want to. I'm not that person that likes to beef with other people when it comes to trading. I really don't feel like it. I know there's a lot of ego going around on X and stuff, and people knowing it better than someone else. I think trading is an individualistic game to a degree, and you can trade together with other people, you know, have a lot of fun. But in the end, no one else is gonna do it for you, right? And if you start beefing with other people, you're just gonna put a lot of trouble on yourself for no reason at all. And I don't think it's needed. You know, I don't think it's needed. I think there's more than enough money in the world, right? There's an infinite amount of money. They print it out of the air, and people are fighting other people instead of just trying to make money. You know, we're in the game together, guys. We're trying to win. We're trying to win from the banks together here. You understand what I mean? We should be holding hands, you know, helping each other, keeping each other accountable instead of fighting with each other. There's no reason for it. Thomas Jacoba, where you been hiding? Best streamer on YouTube at the moment. I appreciate that, Voltaren. You're my guy. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. Nice push on the jobless claims numbers at 8:30. Yeah, it's definitely pushing at the moment. It's pushing. Even though the numbers are flat, it's not really doing anything. So gold is moving higher. We just swept the highs once again. And the gold is the dollar is actually rising as well, which is interesting. You would assume that this is actually a fake move for the return lower, but this is untradeable at the moment for me. Like the swings up, down, left, right, center, you're gonna get stopped out a lot in this move, in these movements. Any advice on a 5K account on the target of 6%, 8% regarding size? And yeah, just risk whatever you're comfortable with risking, right? So something I use as well personally is, let's say you have, what is your capital that you're willing to spend on funded accounts on a month-to-month basis? It's something you can ask yourselves. Who's listening actively? Press the one in the chat if you're listening, because this is something you could think about for a mathematical approach for your funded accounts, right? So what you have to understand is, let's say you're willing to spend 200 to 300 euros or dollars per month on funded accounts. You have to understand, if I want to take one trade a day, you have to divide that number by 25, right? This means that you have 300 bucks in whatever you're spending. Let's say you can buy 150K account. You have to divide the drawdown that you get by 25, meaning you can take 25 trades with the drawdown that you have, because then you can last the entire month, if you're wrong, the entire month with the $300 that you're putting up front, right? Instead of calculating based on the drawdown that you're getting, you calculate on the amount of money that you're willing to spend in a month on learning how to trade or whatever, right? A lot of people will tell you, yeah, but if you want, like, scared money don't make money, or those type of things. Like, you need to risk big to make money, and that's all bullshit, guys. Yeah, you don't have to risk a lot of money to make money, because once you are good at trading, money will find you. Okay, understand what I'm saying? Money will find you. The moment you know how to trade and you can show to someone that you know how to trade, there's always someone willing to invest his money into you, right? So you just learn how to trade correctly, and money will find you, okay? So that's my advice when it comes to how do I calculate how much are you willing to spend? You know, how much can you lose on your own actual life capital, on your actual money that you have in the bank? How much are you willing to spend on a monthly basis, and calculate based on that instead of calculating on the account size that you're getting? Because then you're going to make the wrong decisions. and then you don't understand why you're risking that amount of capital. Because if, let's say you're dividing 25, let's say you have 2,000 in drawdown, and you divide it by 25, this means you can risk, what is it? Like not even $50 per trade, right? Something like that, I think. Or yeah, you can risk almost $75-ish per trade, right? Which you think to yourself, that's not a lot of money. But once you understand the reason why you do it, you're less emotionally involved. You know, you know you can risk one trade per day, risking $75, and that's it. Done. Finito. On your trades, how many points do you usually target? I don't target points, bro. We made on gold here we took 10, so we made 100 points, I guess. 10 points or whatever. And on Nasdaq we took 70, and then we lost 16. But the risk, we only lost $30 here, and we made around 300 on this trade, I think, or 280 or something on this trade. And we made around 200 on this trade. Money will find you. I like that. Yeah, but that's how it is, man. Like, if you start trading correctly, money will find you. If you're, like, this is the same with, like, let's say you're fighting, right? You're a boxer, or I'm going to give you some live examples, right? Let's say you're a great fighter. Sponsorship will find you once you prove yourself, right? There's always people in the crowd that are willing to invest money into someone because there's a lot of money in the world. People have money, right? But you have to show them why they would have to invest in you instead of someone else. Do you guys know Nicky Holske? For the guys here in the chat, Nicky Holske, I know him from trading, so from training, from fighting. I know him personally. Nicky Holske is one of the biggest fighters in the game, right? He's a really big fighter. I've spoke to him on his boxing gym before, right? Because I used to box. I've been boxing a long time. And his story is similar. He was fighting. He did not have anything at all. He was standing behind a trash truck the entire day, fighting in the evening, working in the day. And one day, someone comes to him after a fight and says, "You're an amazing fighter. I think, do you have a sponsor?" And he says, "No." And he gets sponsored, and he doesn't have to work anymore. And he's fighting full time. People are paying him 1,500 euros a month to help him in his journey. You see what I'm saying? So he is a great fighter. He works his way all the way through the roots, right? He's fighting, he's working, he's doing whatever he has to do. And money found him, helping him support his journey. And it's the same when in trading, guys. All right, you have to understand that money flows to you naturally by the work that you're doing. But you have to do the correct work, right? If you start gambling and you're not really trading, you're not taking it serious enough, then money is not going to find you. It's gonna run away from you. If you're only doing it for the money, it's not going to work out, guys. You have to do it because you want to become a good trader, okay? That's something you have to understand. Thank you. It's good risk management advice. I didn't see it that way. No problem, my friend. Humble Analyst, good to see you back, my friend. I appreciate you for tuning in again. Portfolio managers on the board now, everyone in positions, be careful. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know, I have no idea. I never worked in a bank before, but it might be the case. We're selling off pretty drastically here. Whoever was in this position, you made 2-hour returns, so that's nice. But we'll see what happens here. We swept the previous day, the current day high, and we're moving higher now. So that's interesting. We actually went into the extreme here for the VIX. We're finding some level of support right here. We have those equal lows down here. But let's see, they might want to just move it back up all the way again. The dollar is rising. Like I mentioned before, we were in a level of interest for the dollar. And we still have those triple tops to the upside right here. So they might want to take those out. And this means for gold that we might want to look for the shorts here. But I can't short it here. There's no way. So I would have to see some actual price action lower. Maybe a close potentially below here. And then look for a new hour. That's probably not going to be it for me, because I think this only happens at the New York Open. And when it comes to the Nasdaq, I also don't think any favorable positions are going to be forming here for us. So yeah, we have to see. I think eventually we're coming to an hour now that we potentially have to call it soon. But yeah, we definitely need to brainstorm. We definitely need to brainstorm. We moeten even sowieso sparren. Ja, dat is goed, grap. Dat is geen probleem. Dat kan wel. Where are you from, official? Let me know where you're from, and then we can. Once I'm ever doing something around, we can definitely do some sparring, bro. It's not a problem. I'm not as fit as I used to be. I'm already telling you that now. It's no excuses. But we're not gonna do 15 rounds of 3 minutes because I wouldn't be able to do the 15. I used to do them. I used to be able to do them easily. I did like 15 rounds of sparring every single week, and I was younger. You know, I was younger. That was amazing, bro. That was amazing. I don't do it more. I don't do it like that anymore because, yeah, I do like my brain. I've noticed that I'm actually I'm relatively smart. Right? I never really thought of that because school wasn't my thing. But I started to notice that I actually, when I want to remember something, I actually can. So I want to keep my brain. Officially from Suriname. I used to fight there in Brazil, and I used to move to the Netherlands 4 years ago. Don't worry, we both are the same age, and we both don't do that often, so we're gonna have fun. Yeah, that's nice, bro. But you're used to box, or you're actually a kickboxer? It's not a problem. I used to kickbox first. I kickboxed 5 years, and almost boxing now for a decade in total. How old are you, Thomas? Just curious. I'm 23 years old. I'm getting old, guys. I'm losing hair. I'm 23 years old. 23 years old. I'm turning 24 this year. All right. I did kickboxing, but I stopped because I didn't want to get used to the kicks anymore, so I stick to boxing. Nice, nice, my friend. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. Who's still actively watching? Press a 1 in the chat. For the guys that are still actively watching, I truly appreciate you all. For the guys that are still active. Man over 40 trying to learn this because corporate America is overrated. I understand, my friend. Yeah, it's good to find something, find some freedom, right? If you're trading and you manage to do well, if you can make $5,000 a month, which is amazing, right? If you can do that consistently, you can move to anywhere in the world, like Thailand or whatever, and live an amazing life. You know, like I think it's always smart to think about moving somewhere where your money is more valuable, right? I'm been involved in trading since 50. Yeah, I'm 22. Yeah. Now I'm losing hair because my father also lost hair. But I told you guys before. I said it yesterday. I said I'm not gonna lose my hair. I'll get a hair transplant if it's needed. I don't want to lose it. I've got curls. I don't want to lose it. No way. There's no way. I can't do it. No way. No way. All right, but I think that's it for me, guys. For today. Yeah, I'm gonna call it for what it is. I think we made good trades. Maybe this was a nice trade to also take it back up for a little bit. This short was a good short. I would have taken it again. Maybe next time we could take this with a little bit less risk, like we did it here. We had a good short setup in the beginning of the day. We had a good short setup on gold. I think overall we had a really good read on the market today. Like we weren't emotionally involved. We accepted it as it was. I think we did a good job. For everyone who was here, you guys did amazing. For the guys that were active in the chat, I appreciate all of you. Like genuinely, I really appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I'll be here again tomorrow. I wish you guys a good day. Make sure to secure yourself. You know, if you're trading the New York Stock Exchange open, make sure you're protected at all times, right? Whenever you can. And I'll let you guys know. You guys see if I'm here tomorrow, the yes or the no. Because Fridays is always a little bit tricky for me. So I'll potentially be here tomorrow. If I'm not, I'll see you guys next week on Tuesdays, right? So either we're here tomorrow and otherwise on Tuesday. But yeah, Thursdays, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays are the best for me for sure. Thursdays works the best so far. Yeah, I agree. I think those are the best days at the moment. So yeah, you guys, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I thank all of you. And yeah, let's just keep going live together, you know? And let's build something amazing here. Have a good day, guys. Have a good day. I really don't know what to say. I really appreciate every single one of you. Have a good day, guys. See you later. In a while, crocodile. See you later.